Check, check, check. Let's do this. Friday, Cotter and Marshall show. We've got beer for breakfast coming up today. That is always a nice way to kick off the weekend.
Oh, yeah, it is.
More details about that coming up. First off, don't forget, jump on that stream. Join the Horde. Facebook, YouTube, and Twitch. Like, follow, and subscribe. Also, you can listen to the show. Just download the Rock 1061 app for free. Get us on your in-home smart speaker and check us out at rock1061.com. Good Friday morning, man.
Good morning. I'm excited for the weekend. It's our, I guess it's 2 weekends away from our 20th anniversary show. Obviously doing a lot of stuff for that, but this is I'm going to take this weekend for me. I'm going to take this weekend. I'm going to do what I want.
Do it.
I'm going to get drunk egregiously. But next weekend, I'll pretend to work on the 20th anniversary show for the first time.
I mean, you've been working. I mean, I've seen evidence.
Yeah, prove it.
You said you worked.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay,
right.
Fair enough.
Yeah.
Well played.
Yeah. Laying down the foundation of actually doing something, which I haven't done anything.
Eventually, before the show happens.
Yeah.
My wife made it home last night.
Congratulations on still being married.
I know. Very excited about that. They went to Illinois, then to Arkansas. She's like, we're not going to get home until after midnight. Don't wait up. I'm like, not a problem.
No.
Went to bed at 9. I got up this morning. She was in bed. So everything looks to be okay. My car wasn't dented. Everything's fine.
Did you drive your car in this morning?
Made it home safe. No, because I told my wife, since they're getting home so late, I'll take her car one more day. So they didn't have to clear out the car at 12:30.
I saw you driving your wife's car last night.
I didn't see it all.
You don't look right driving that car.
It's weird after driving, and not that I have some big jacked up truck. It's just an SUV. But after driving, even a small SUV, driving just a regular car, and being so low to the ground, very weird.
Yeah, you look weird driving. I don't know, a 2000 whatever that is,
Toyota Corolla.
Yeah.
It is old school.
Very much.
Corolla. Almost hitting that 200,000 mile mark.
Oof.
I'm surprised it's still hanging in there. I know. All right, coming up on the show today, like we said, beer for breakfast brought to you by Coach's Corner in Thunderbolt. Eric Loy from Silver Bluff Brewing in Brunswick is going to stop by. We've got Are You Smarter Than a Community College Dropout? Going to talk bad TV and movie dads. Going to take your calls, comments, and texts. Have you ever Googled yourself? I think we all have.
Eventually.
I think it just depends on what the results were. How bad was it?
Yeah, and mine kind of sucked, but I'll explain that later.
All right, we'll also get to About Last Night. Fab 4 coming back via a documentary. GM, they need to hire people, so they may allow their employees just to smoke weed. And Bam Margera still needs to get help. We'll kick off the show with that story next. Here's Rise Against, Nowhere Generation, Cotter and Marshall, Rock 1061.
Morning, Thomas. Morning, Mac. Morning, Gibby. Morning, guys. Morning, Horde.
What's up, everybody?
How we feeling? How we doing? How we flowing?
Good.
I've been having issues getting some solid sleep in. That solid sleep state.
Yeah.
I've been mostly in that stage one-y kind of woken sleep state.
Right.
Via naps and or just regular sleeping this week, but I slept pretty decently last night, so feel good about kicking some ass on a Friday.
It's like I was in bed early last night. I was in bed by 9, maybe a little after. No, probably a little after because I had to pick up my kid up at 9, so a little after 9. And I was like, man, I'm gonna get all kinds of sleep. It's gonna be great. I woke up this morning. I'm like, I'm stinking tired. So hopefully, eventually, I will catch up on sleep. It won't happen next week on the vacation because we're just going to go to Universal and we're going to get up at, as early as we can to go to the park. So,
yeah.
And be running all over the place. But it'll be fun. I'm looking forward to it. All right. Eric Lloyd. Now, we talked about I never had a beer from Silver Bluff. I think I realized that yesterday that is not true. I actually went to their website and I recognized some of their can art. I have grabbed some of their beer from Habersham.
Oh, cool.
So like they got like a golden lager. I think I've tried, and I think there might have been something else. And so I'm still interested to see what he brings in for us to drink. So that should be fun. So we'll get to that just at the top of the 9 o'clock hour. Also got a list of things about being more productive at work, and it's not your typical list. So several of the things on the list, I'm like, yeah, I can agree with this. I'll tell you what those are at the bottom of the 7 o'clock hour.
I'm just sharing the show around. Don't mind me.
I got about 2 minutes. We'll jump into story number 1 of about last night. Bam Margera. Things are still weird. Jeff Tremaine had the temporary restraining order. It's a little more than temporary now, so we'll tell you about that.
So on the back end of our show page, there's a new Facebook feature that shows you how your posts are distributed.
Okay.
And gives you a score. So like our Google, like, have you ever Googled yourself posts that we put out, I don't know, a couple hours ago?
Yeah.
2.4% lower than normal.
And it's probably because I got to it way late. It is probably why it was posted at a weird time.
Well, like there's other ones that are like.
And it's they're just doing that because they're like, spend money.
Yeah, they're like,
boost your posts.
I don't want to boost my posts. I don't want to pay money, Facebook. Stupid Facebook.
I got about 45 seconds.
Oh, yeah, you definitely got those late.
Yeah.
I didn't even realize that.
Yep.
Why'd you do that?
Because I was doing the uploading the show stuff yesterday, and I just forgot to do it. All right, guys, be right back. Let's get right to it. Story number 1 about last night. Bam Margera. Man, I'm starting to worry about Bam a lot. Jackass director Jeff Tremaine, he had a temporary restraining order in place against the former Jackass star. He was making threats against him and his family.
Yeah.
Well, on Tuesday, Tremaine testified in court and got that temporary restraining order changed into a 3-year restraining order. Bam must stay at least 100 yards away from Tremaine, his wife, and kids until June 15th, 2024.
Well, he's been obviously having a lot of issues. Bam's been going down the tubes ever since Ryan Dunn passed away a decade ago. Dealing with all sorts of issues from being bipolar to alcohol and drug abuse. I mean, and he's got a lot of people in his life that are not helping out the situation, according to many reports and a lot of what the guys from Jackass are saying, like Steve-O and Johnny Knoxville. Bam, he somewhat threatened Jeff Tremaine's children.
Yeah, it got a little weird. He was sending text, and it's like, look at your children and grab your pocketbook and write a check. If you're greedy and cheap, look at your children again. If you don't sign the paper, look at the children. Sign the stupid effing contract before you're not safe anywhere.
Yeah, that's kind of not a cool thing to do, especially for a guy that you've worked with for quite some time. Now, also in text messages to one of Tremaine's colleagues, Bam claimed that he had powers as a wizard and can create and strike lightning. Oh my God. That's hilarious, first and foremost, but also terribly concerning if you're a friend of his. You're like, are you serious right now? A wizard?
At one point he said he was on 18 different prescription meds, Adderall, Wellbutrin, lithium, Zoloft. All kinds of stuff. It's to the point now, and it's like you got to want help for it to work. Mm-hmm. And obviously I don't think Bam is at that point yet.
No.
But I'm concerned, man. I think it's, I don't know the guy, but it just seems like he is one step away from just truly going off the deep end.
Yeah, and at this point, with all the Jackass guys who've gotten help, like, Steve-O was a horrific drug addict. There's a couple of the other guys who had some chemical dependency issues. All of them seem to be doing fairly well, at least in their lives. But Bam just cannot get off the struggle bus that he's been on for the past decade. So we're obviously huge fans of Bam Margera. I've been a fan of him since the CKY days. I mean, I own that stuff on VHS and DVD to show you how much I love the CKY days. I went and saw CKY, the band, multiple times as well. And I got an opportunity to meet Ryan Dunn and some of those guys, and huge fans of them, but sad to see the way this is going with Bam right now.
All right, coming up, story number 2, GM. They need to hire people. They need to hire people so bad they may allow new hires just to smoke pot. We got that story next. Cotter and Marshall Show, Rock 106.1.
Morning, Tony. Morning, Charles. Thanks for hanging out this morning. Oh, Mac. Man, Mac's writing a big old comment. Why don't you say, making a to-do list every morning to check off each item throughout the day helps me a lot. I'm bothered if you don't check off the whole thing. Is that OCD or ADHD? I can't remember.
Who is that from?
That's Mac. It sounds like, Mac, you just sound like a single person who's trying to put some relevance to your life.
Is that on the stream? It didn't pop up.
Yeah, it's on the multiple chat thing, or
weird.
on the chat doc.
I got her morning post, and then I didn't get that.
No, I got it right here.
Nice. Okay. Commercials. Coffee. Be right back.
Charles, we're glad you survived getting a colonoscopy yesterday. Thank you for sharing, obviously, everything that you have up to this point. Glad you're surviving. Should be a fun little show today. Really looking forward to the weekend. Yeah, I don't know why that comment didn't show up on the Twitch stream. It's showing up on my chat doc. She's watching via YouTube today, so. Yeah, Charles hit me up last night. He commented right there. Charles hit me up last night. I was like 9 o'clock. He's like, dude, where'd you buy those snails? We bought Hefe, the new music beta fish, snails for his tank to help clean it up. And they're doing a nice little job, it looks like. Hefe seems to be doing well. He had some minor tail fin rot, which is typical in betas that I found out. So we're putting him through a little process to get him back to being a much healthier fish, and he's looking good today. But I'm buying him some, it's like beta medication, I guess. So it's like a little squirt bottle, and you squirt. It's called Beta Fix. So you put it in his tank, and then it'll help cure any sort of tail fin rot in a beta. Things you learn as a beta owner. So we got a lot done for the 20th anniversary show that we're doing, and I just got the finalized, like on the side of the stage. They're gonna have we're gonna have like a top banner. It's like thin, but it runs like the length of the stage, which is like 30 plus feet. It has like the Rock 106.1 logo on it and the Connect Savannah logo. Yeah. And then on each side of the stage, it'll have like these big like side banners, and they're like breeze through banners, so they're like they got a bunch of holes and stuff in them. Yeah. So here I'll share on the chat here. This is what the side banners will look like. Our sponsors of Corona, Monster, and then the big Rock 106.1 anniversary logo right there in the middle. But let's see. I think I have the other one too. And that's what the left one looks like. Coca-Cola, Modelo, Rock 106.1. Cool. But yeah, that's what the sides of the stage are going to look like for the 20th anniversary show. Got a bunch of signage lined up, ordered. And then next week, we only do a show on Monday. Monday is the only day that we're doing a show, and then you're going on a little vacation. I'm going to be making vendor badges and all access badges pretty much for the next 2 days. Awesome. After that. They printed them backwards. We'll use them as wall art in the office after. They are 30 feet tall. So I don't know how I would do that. Probably not. Charles, yes, absolutely. Please send pictures of your colon to us. Just drop them into the like a Facebook message. We'll take a look at your colon, bro. We're doctors, kind of. Charles, they printed them backwards. Yeah, Gibby, clear that up. Yeah, images reverse a little bit. Whew. Yeah, do we all want to? But here we are, hanging out. Yeah, I don't think I'm quite awake yet. Not willing to take smelling salts. Not yet. If I still feel this way in like the next 30 minutes, then maybe I'll do some smelling salts. But yeah, I don't think I'm quite awake yet. But I am excited to get into the show today. Obviously, we have the 20th anniversary trivia that Billy gave you the answer for yesterday. I personally think the question is super easy. You probably didn't even need to listen to Billy yesterday. Hopefully you did, though. But I think the question is super easy. I think even with a multiple choice, you'd probably get it. But we'll give away 20th anniversary tickets at the end of the 7 o'clock hour today. And then, as Cotter mentioned, beer for breakfast. Eric Loy of Silver Bluff Brewing. Excited to get him in studio. He was supposed to be in last week, but I had a bit of a scheduling snafu, which was completely my fault. I double booked the day, and he was super cool about it. So Carly Wiggins of United Distributors was in last week. And then I had Eric of Silver Bluff Brewing set to come in the same exact day, and obviously found out the day before how I messed up. So thankfully, he was super cool, and he's coming in today instead. At least I think he is. Or he could just give us the double bird and not come in at all, but pretty sure he is. As for the weekend, what are you guys doing? You guys doing anything fun? I'm heading up to Bluffton tonight, going to have dinner with a buddy I used to work with, and then Saturday, I'm heading over to Jacksonville, going down to see a friend of mine. He works for the Jacksonville Jumbo Shrimp, so going to hang out with him and his wife. And that's kind of my weekend, man. A little busy weekend. And then the next 2 weeks, I mean, purely focused on knocking out everything for the 20th anniversary show. It seems like I'm ahead of the game. Just got to knock out making like vendor badges and all access badges for everyone. I think I have to make like 140 of them, so that should be fun. Does it slightly sadden you guys the waste after the probable cost entirely too much? Oh, the banners? Yeah, I mean, that's kind of the thing when you put on shows and stuff. I mean, it does kind of suck that you have to, it's just a one-time use item. And the price tag, it's not bad. I mean, it's not as bad as you think. But yeah, I mean, the cost of it just kind of built into when you do a show like that. All right, Gibby. Ooh, Gibby's got 2 quizzes made for Saturday's trivia in the Discord group. Nice. Once again, Gibby and our friend Wanda has created a little Discord page, a little fan page for the Cotter and Marshall show. Gibby just dropped the link there in the chat. So if you haven't joined the Discord page, it's really cool. I've got a chance to spend some time with it. And it's a fun little place that has got some information just on the show, information about the area, and then Gibby runs Are You Smarter Than a Community College Dropout style trivia on Saturday. It's kind of fun. Him and I tested it out, I think about a week ago. So I was a little drunk when I was doing it, so I did real bad. I guess we could take our scrim banners and just put them up on the side of the building here.
There you go.
Yeah,
just cover all the alpha stuff.
Yeah, cover some windows and stuff. Once again, I think, are they 30 feet tall? Or is the top one runs 30? Those run 20-ish. A little less than 20, I think.
All right. We got about 2 minutes.
Going into the GM marijuana testing.
Yar.
Okay.
All right, got just over a minute.
Someone just sent me a video this Saturday at the State Theater in Albany, Georgia with GWE. Voodoo Jack link for the weekend, says, and then Tony dropped a link of Voodoo Jack. Apparently he is wrestling at the State Theater.
Okay.
I can't listen to it on this computer. That's cool.
Nice. All right, guys, be right back. About last night's story number 2, like a lot of businesses, General Motors struggling to find people to hire for some temporary work over the summer. So according to a report from the Detroit Free Press, GM is considering dropping the requirement that potential employees be tested for marijuana. Now, 2 United Auto Workers union chairmen, so the guys who oversee all the employees when it comes to the union,
right,
believe that the company's testing for pot is deterring potential employees.
Really?
I guess.
I mean, the thing that I probably is deterring employees is usually, you know, when you get tested for marijuana, you have to urinate in a cup, right?
Yes.
They actually pull a piece of your hair out and do the hair specimen test, which can actually go back weeks as opposed to just like within a week of you know, smoking or ingesting marijuana. So, yeah, I mean, as long as you don't show up high and obviously try to build a Silverado, which could lead to an issue, I don't think they should probably test for marijuana. I don't think any company should test for marijuana nowadays. I don't think it really matters anymore.
No, I agreed. And because I find it weird that somebody can't get a part-time summer job because they like to smoke weed. Yet I can go to Netflix and watch a whole show dedicated to people cooking food with pot.
Hey, I love that show, actually.
I love the show, too. That's what I'm saying. It's just this weird, you know, here it's completely okay, and here it's not, and that doesn't make a whole lot of sense to me. And GM, I mean, they're looking to hire like 450 people in Flint and 275 in Fort Wayne. So, I mean, they need all kinds of people. So, yeah, just cut this out of the thing. Why does it matter?
Well, now that, just like everything else, there's like shortages of like weird stuff. And right now there's semiconductor chips that are in shortage right now. So actually, I don't know why they really need people to build vehicles because they can't even finish them. I mean, apparently there is a lot up in Michigan that's got a bunch of like F-150s that are like 99% built. They just have to put this chip in and they're just waiting. And apparently there's like football fields full of F-150s up there that just aren't complete because of one shortage in the computer system of these new cars.
Now, the other thing I find this weird about is Michigan, where the Flint factory is located, actually has legalized recreational marijuana. Now, I get it. It's the company policy. They don't have to, allow you to do it just because it's legal. But to me, it's like, okay, if it's legal in that state, loosen it up. I don't get the need and desire to still stereotype pot users.
Yeah, I mean, those people are just chill, man. Just like be chill, GM. Like stop being like all like whack and stuff. Like just let us be chill, bro.
All right, coming up next, the Fab Four are coming to Disney Plus. Ain't gonna lie, excited about this. Here's new Greta Van Fleet, Heat Above, Cotter and Marshall, Rock 106.1.
Dude, this Beatles thing is ridiculous.
I'm so pumped about this.
Did you see how long it is?
Yes.
6 hours?
Well,
You're pumped about 6 hours?
They're breaking it up into 3 episodes.
Yeah.
I mean, that's, because initially, and we'll get to it, it was going to be a theatrical release. Obviously, they're not doing that now. And because of that, I mean, I think they have the freedom to make it 6 hours. I'm excited about this.
Oof. Good Lord. Charles Albany in Georgia, pronounced Albany. I think I nailed it.
Speaking of Voodoo Jack, Coastal Empire Wrestling has a show tonight at Southbound.
Oh, yeah, you're going to be out there being the ring announcer.
Be the ring announcer tonight.
So you haven't seen your family in 2 weeks. You can complain about them not being there for 2 weeks, and in the moment, yeah.
And then I'm going to go running on Saturday, ditch them again. So,
right.
But no, I mean, I'll be home early-ish and get to hang out with them for a few hours before I have to go. So,
all right. What time is it's Southbound tonight? CW?
Yes. Looks like 7 o'clock is probably the bell time. So I'll get there about 6.
So our best gal pal Mac, she's been watching Breaking Bad, and she's in love with Jesse. Aaron Paul. I think she's in love with Aaron Paul, the actor.
Yeah.
And she was asking on the chat if that was my impersonation of Jesse. I don't know if it showed up on the Twitch. I don't know if they're talking today. But no, that wasn't. But yesterday, so I've had a Jesse Pinkman cup in my office forever that just says, I think just, is it over there? Or did she take it home? I had a Jesse Pinkman cup that just said, sup bitch or something like that. And I gave it to her yesterday because she's wrapping up watching Breaking Bad. And I was like, I don't need this Jesse Pinkman cup in my life anymore. I'll give it to Mac. I know she'll appreciate it. And she loved it. She absolutely loved it. I'm so happy to make Mac's day yesterday. But yeah, that was not an impression. It would be me screaming bitch and then screaming about magnets if I was doing an impression of Jesse Pinkman.
Morning Arivindantis.
Charles says, I like hiring dope smokers. I don't pre-test on hires, but my work comp policy says if you get hurt and test positive, we don't pay.
Yeah.
I think that's fair.
Yeah. I mean, it's like, don't show up to work drunk. Don't show up to work high. I mean, it's the same thing. I mean, don't do that. Don't let it affect how you work.
Yeah. I mean, but Charles, he runs a construction company.
Yeah.
EBI, no big deal. And he that type of work, you need to not be high. But yeah, if you are a gas station attendant, you should be high as you should be so high to have to do that job. Yes. You have to sell people Mountain Dews, combos, cigarettes, and chewing tobacco.
Yeah,
you get to be high as fuck.
You get an endless supply of munchies. I mean, they're all just there. Got about 45 seconds, guys.
It's kind of like selling weed, man. You can't steal your own product. You can't dabble into your own product. Morning, Raven Dontis. How are you, buddy? That actually sounds amazing.
All right, be right back. Final story for About Last Night. Lord of the Rings director Peter Jackson is a huge Beatles fan. And for the past 3 years, dude has been working on a Beatles documentary. And now it's official. It's going to skip theaters. It's going to come to Disney Plus. It's called The Beatles Get Back. It's going to debut over 3 days, basically Thanksgiving, November 25th to the 27th. And the series will cover the making of the 1970s Beatle album Let It Be, which had the working title Get Back.
Why does everyone trust Peter Jackson with trilogies? Why do we keep giving Peter Jackson trilogies? He gave us the Lord of the Rings trilogy, the original one.
It's great.
It was amazing.
Yes.
And the second one, The Hobbit, they made that a trilogy for some reason.
Not so much.
Not so much.
No.
Not so amazing. And now we get the Beatles. Get Back is what it's entitled. Once again, coming out over Thanksgiving. Another trilogy. 6 hours. We're getting 6 hours of Beatles. I love the Beatles, man. Don't get me wrong. I absolutely do love the Beatles. I don't know if I need 6 hours over 3 days.
I'm okay with this. I mean, it's like with the Bulls documentary that we got last year. You know, they stretched that out over 10 episodes. So technically, that was 10 hours of the Bulls. I mean,
it was 1 hour a week.
Yeah,
it was 1 hour a week. Also, it was over 10 weeks. I'm getting 6 hours of content over 3 days. That is way too much.
Well, it's going to be on Disney Plus forever. You watch it at your leisure. However you feel a need to watch it, you space it out how you like.
Are you going to watch all 6 hours over that weekend, over that Thanksgiving weekend?
I can't guarantee that, but I'm going to watch it. I mean, it's like I'm not the biggest Beatles nerd on the planet. You know, I'm not going to conventions and getting all crazy and knowing every B-side they've ever released. But I think they are one of the most important bands in the history of music, let alone rock and roll. So I think something like this is very cool. 60 hours of unseen footage, 150 hours of unheard audio. And for the first time in its entirety, this documentary is going to show the Beatles' final performance. That was the rooftop performance.
Yep.
They did at their Apple Records company, the Rooftop, 42 minutes long. And it was the final time they ever played together. And it was just this unannounced random thing. They came up with it the day before. People are just walking out during their lunch break looking up going, oh, it's the Beatles. Cops are like, guys, turn it down a little bit. So it's going to include that. I don't know, man. I think this could be awesome. 6 hours of it, I'm in.
So once again, they took 150 hours of unheard audio and kind of pieced together some stuff. What if it's just them talking about UFOs? And you're like, dude, these guys are so high on drugs right now. Maybe GM will hire them.
All right, coming up next, we are talking 20th anniversary concert. We got your chance to score tickets a little bit later on this morning. Cotter and Marshall, Rock 106.1.
Tony has this same policy as Chuck. Only additional requirements: you can't smell of weed while working. Don't come in high or smoke during work when we are attending concerts together. Make sure you have enough to share with the rest of the staff. There you go.
Yeah, I think that's fair.
That's a good policy. It's a great policy. I mean, I'll probably watch some of it over Thanksgiving weekend, this whole Beatles thing, but man, it's 6 hours long. I mean, I'm sure, and Peter Jackson's incredible. Given the time, he can create amazing works of art. That's what he did with the first Lord of the Rings. Then they rushed him on The Hobbit. There's a huge YouTube video that explains why The Hobbit was made the way it was. It was originally only 2 films, then it got pushed to 3.
Right.
And Peter Jackson was rushed on everything, and apparently they made him do things with the cuts of the film that he didn't want to do.
Oh, I didn't know that.
It was there's a huge YouTube video that I watched in regards to how that happened. So I don't really blame Peter Jackson for the Hobbit trilogy. I mean, I do a little bit because his name's on it, but cool.
The episode that was mainly the smog focused and the battle, wasn't there one of the films basically that was just a battle? Yeah,
there was the last one, the Battle of the Five Armies or something was the last one. That was the worst one.
That could have been a 20-minute scene in one of the movies.
Yeah, the second film, which was The Desolation of Smog, and there's the first one. I don't know. The first and second one were kind of okay. Yeah. And it's that third one that was pure garbage.
Yeah, I mean, I would rather just had one. Give me a 3-hour movie. Make it stupid long, but, cram everything into 3 hours.
Yeah. All right, guys, coming up on our question of the day about 20 minutes from now. Have you ever Googled yourself? And when you Googled yourself, what did you find? Anything interesting, weird, just absolutely wrong about yourself? As it turns out, is there 1,000 Tonys from a perfect touch massages out there? I mean, these are weird things. Once again, guys, have you ever Googled yourself? If you have, go ahead and drop in your experiences in the chat today. We'll talk about that during the show.
I'm sorry. Charles, I love the Beatles. Without the Beatles, we wouldn't have all those great Yoko Ono albums. Ugh. Those are rough.
Ooh, Raven Dantes. Good Lord. He Googled someone, and he goes, someone with the same name drowned in North Georgia.
Yeah, mine, I only, earlier in my radio career, Googled myself and, I'll talk about it here in a bit, stumbled across, unkind words on a message board. Now I got nothing. There's just nothing posted about me. I'm very boring.
Now I'm Googling myself. Do it right now. Tell us what you find.
All right, let's see here. A few more minutes of commercials. We got Metallica, I Disappear.
Sorry, I was just Googling myself to see if anything was... I threw in my middle name to see if I got any better results.
I Googled, so I looked up both under my actual name and under Cotter. And with Cotter, obviously, it's just a lot of welcome back stuff. So I have to throw in like FXH or Rock 1061. And then it's just boring. Whenever I Google myself, all I get is links to Pornhubs and X videos. Nice.
How awkward for you.
Hey, Heather.
So that'll be our call-in for this morning. Have you ever Googled yourself? What did you find? Anything interesting? Let us know, obviously. Heather, Google yourself. Let us know what you find. In the 7 o'clock hour as well, we'll give away some 20th anniversary tickets, and then we'll break down some ways that you could be more productive at work. Obviously, we have trivia in the 8 o'clock hour. We have beer for breakfast coming up later on in the show today.
We got Fire Away Friday, too. 3 songs from the bands playing our 20th anniversary show. You can pick Puddle of Mud Psycho, Filter, Can't You Trip Like I Do, or Sponge, Molly, 16 Candles. So you can vote now in the chat or Cotter and Marshall Facebook page. Got about 4 minutes.
Morning, Wanda. How are you? That's turning
off. All right.
There's so many Paul Gibsons around. I have to dig deep to find things like articles from stuff I did in high school, performances, stage, JROTC events, wrestling, and such. Gibby, were you a good wrestler growing up as a kid? I did some wrestling in high school. I wasn't like, there was no team or anything. We didn't have a wrestling team at our school. But we did like wrestling in gym class, right? They like taught you how to wrestle and stuff.
Right.
And I remember there was a kid who, his name was Nick Long. And he was a cool kid growing up. And he was wrestling another kid. And, we just kind of like, we all circled the mat. And then we'd like the coach would like pick 2 kids that were similar sizes. And they would like wrestle, and he like would teach us like the moves and stuff and how the rules worked and everything. And they started off wrestling from their feet, and then it was like one of those break periods where one has to get on their knees.
Yeah.
And then so Nick Long got on his knees, and there was another guy that was like wrapped him around his waist, and they blew the whistle and they started going, and then within like 10 seconds you heard like a crack of lightning, and you're like, it was like crack, and then and all I heard was the coach go, stop, and like you saw Nick holding his arm was snapped in two.
Oh
yeah, it was brutal.
Yeah,
it was a brutal snap, and I was like, wow, wrestling is tough. I was not a great wrestler, but I made it to the finals in our school against a guy named Joey Strokeridge, who was like farm boy strong.
Oh shoot,
and he kicked my ass. He utterly dominated me in wrestling, sadly.
Yeah. So. I wrestled in grade school. Was not very good. I got back into it in high school for about 2 seasons. Was better, still not great.
Wanda, I'm glad you're feeling yourself right now. She got her hair did. Feeling great. Oh, yeah, when it comes to productivity, it's just an internet article. It's definitely not from us.
No, we're not productive.
Most Tony stuff is roller derby and massage related. At least that's positive.
All right, guys, got about 30 seconds.
Yeah, Charles, I feel that. I mean, just wrestling someone is incredibly difficult. I think that's why I like watching UFC as much as I do, because I know like
the cardio that goes into that.
Yeah, just they do 3-minute rounds or 5-minute rounds even. And you're like, Jesus, how could you even do that?
Yeah. All right, guys, be right back. Got details on how you can score tickets for our 20th anniversary concert coming up in just moments. Don't forget, get on that stream this morning. Facebook, YouTube, and Twitch. Join the horde, like, follow, and subscribe. 20th anniversary show is coming up. We're just over 2 weeks away, man. It's crazy to say that. Goes down at Trustees Gardens Saturday, July 3rd. We've teamed up with Connect Savannah, Puddle of Mud, Filter, you got Sponge, and of course the 2 great local bands, Lilac and Whale Boat.
So tickets are on sale right now for that show. 20th anniversary show at rock1061.com. Also, etix.com, etix.com. Just search rock1061. Pick up those tickets. Get your plan set. Saturday, July 3rd. If you're in town for 4th of July, I expect to see you there.
All right, coming up at the end of the 7 o'clock hour, we are going to have some 20th anniversary trivia for your chance to win tickets to the show. Hopefully, yesterday, 5:05, you're listening to Billy and the Badass Rock Show, because she gave you the answer to the question that we're going to ask today.
And I think the question overall is fairly easy, and it's multiple choice. So you know what? Even if you didn't hear the answer yesterday, I would go ahead and call in just for your opportunity there. Now, Cotter, we were talking about concerts, obviously, right? And our show is very, very important. It's the number one show. It's the show that starts all shows.
It is.
It really is. It's the one ring that rules them all, I think, when it comes to concerts. But we do have a concert announcement coming this coming Tuesday, 10 a.m., and we're going to be off the air that day. We're taking the day off next Tuesday, but we are definitely going to be posting about this show on all of our social media. Crash, Billy, going to be talking about it all day on Tuesday, so be on the lookout. 10 a.m. this coming Tuesday, another show coming to the Low Country Coastal Empire.
Best year of concerts in decades in this area. I stand by that statement. But yeah, get those tickets for the 20th anniversary show now. etix.com, also rock1061.com. Coming up after 7 o'clock, we want your stories. Call, comment, and text 800-394-1061. Have you ever Googled yourself? If so, what did you find? Mine, there was one back in the day that really kind of
grinded your gears.
Yes, it did. We'll go with that. So I'll tell that story after 7. Want yours as well. Call, comment, and text. Have you ever Googled yourself? What did you find? Cotter and Marshall Show, Rock 106.1.
Yeah, I wish my school did have a wrestling team now that I think about it. We had a football team, which was like the big thing. And I think we had like girls volleyball, and we maybe had baseball, but we didn't really have much.
Didn't have a basketball team?
Oh, we had basketball too. Yeah.
We didn't have football.
Yeah, we had football.
We didn't have a football team. We had basketball, wrestling, baseball, softball, volleyball, track.
Mm-hmm.
That was about it. But yeah, we didn't have a football team.
We didn't have track. We didn't have a track field.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
You didn't have like around the football field? Usually isn't that how it went? Dang.
No.
Okay.
No. I think they do now. Yeah, I played football so long ago that they actually have named the stadium after my coach from that time. So that's how long ago I played football.
Yeah, we didn't have football. I ran track all 4 years, and then I wrestled 2 years. Mm-hmm. That was about it. So, and then theater.
Yeah,
all the plays.
Sick brag, bro.
I know.
I've got some comments here for have you ever Googled yourself?
Okay.
Got one from, I want to thank Raven Dantes, Charles, Gibby, Heather, Tony, Wanda. Thank you all for chiming in there. They're all fairly short. So I don't know how I'm probably going to run a 2-breaker here on this.
That'd be my guess. Yeah, I've got. My wife is up. Text me. Good morning. We have a cake because Jake, when he went out and got married last weekend, I watched his cats. So when he came back, he's like, "Hey, somebody gave us this cake for the wedding. We're gonna eat the rest of it. Do you want it?" So he gave me half a cake. It was just sitting in the fridge.
Okay.
Yeah, I can start with mine. And mine could take a little bit of time. I'll go into my real name and the Cotter stuff and the one thing that, was actually kind of a negative find, because most of it's not that exciting whatsoever.
Man, Phil just dropped a story on us. I'll go ahead and share that one too. Thank you for doing that, Phil. Definitely be sharing that here on the stream, on the show. Gibby makes a good point here. You shouldn't talk about cake on the show.
It's not ice cream cake, so it's not the same.
All right, so let's go ahead and start with you on this break, as we generally do, and then I'll jump into Phil's story because it's pretty interesting.
Okay.
And then I'll wrap it up with and I'll wrap it up with Charles because it's kind of funny. So I'll do Phil and Charles, and then we can either go to break from there, or you can bring up something that maybe you have on the Facebook page or something that you've gotten from the text line, which I'm guessing you won't until after we do the first break.
Yeah. Yeah, we'll just go to break after that one, and then we'll save anything else because they're just 2 short ones on Facebook.
Yeah, and then after that, I'll have like 3 to 4-ish smallish ones that I currently have, unless I get something more.
Okay.
And then the second break, I can do what I found about myself. Yeah, so speaking of cake, I went over to see Tony, our friend over at A Perfect Touch Massage yesterday, and she's like, "Hey, take a look in the back," because I was looking for something. She goes, "Take a look at the back and see if that works for you. Also, there's snacks back there. If you want one, go have one." I'm like, "Absolutely, I'll go check it out." So I go back to the back room of A Perfect Touch Massage, and all there is snacks. It's like a snack paradise. It's like you walk in and it's like Willy Wonka's fucking factory back there, and all it is like cookies and cakes and snack bars, and like it's crazy back there. It's another world. It's like they robbed a convenience store and a Kroger's at the same exact time. Like it's insane. It is snack Mecca.
Snack Mecca.
Yeah. So Tony just called it. It's crazy back there. So what I'm saying is, if you're driving around town today and you need a snack, get yourself a massage first. Yes, you must buy a massage first. And after that, you get a free snack of your choice back in the kitchen. I don't know if Tony wants me to say that or not, but I'm going to say you get a free cookie or whatever, man. It's insane back there. Wanda grabbing a shopping cart, heading to APT. How long are you going to be in studio today after the show?
Me?
Yes.
Long enough to... Oh, this studio or just here in the building?
In the building.
I don't know.
What time do you think you're going to leave today?
I'd like to be out of here by noon, but...
Okay.
Why?
I've got some meetings today, and I've got a couple people stopping by for some Cutter and Marshall shirts, and I wanted to see if you could take care of that.
What time are they stopping by?
Between 10 and 11.
Yeah. What time is your meeting? 11?
Something like that.
Okay. Because we still have to cut the one thing, too. We can do that right before when we're done. That'd be awesome.
Yep.
I love when Mike came over. Yeah, he was like, cookies. It was delicious. He split it with me, so it was very good.
Yeah, I don't know where those cookies came from. There was like a box of them. There was a couple left, so I grabbed one. So, morning, Sean. What's going on? Ooh, Jeremy Kennedy's a MMA fighter. Good for you, man. Once again, guys, thanks for hanging out on the stream this morning. If you haven't already, let us know. Have you ever Googled yourself? If you have, let us know what you found.
All right, we got about 7 minutes. Don't forget, there is still the GoFundMe for Mamacita's son, Mark. You guys want to help out? We got that posted to the Facebook page. Get that link. Still looking to have not hit their goal yet, so looking to get some more money. You guys want to help out?
Here, I'll go ahead and drop the link into the chat this morning. Once again, Sandy, Mamacita, as we call her on the stream, her son has been diagnosed with diabetes. He was having a really tough time with it, and obviously they've incurred a bunch of medical bills in regards to it. So go ahead and drop it in the GoFundMe for them. They're looking to get some money to obviously help them with all sorts of bills they're having to deal with. I know he had to stay in the hospital a couple extra days even further than what they wanted to. Oh, congratulations, Thomas. He goes, well, my Google name shows that I'm a security engineer, and a lawyer, and a realtor.
Nice.
Are you any of those things? He's like, no, dummy.
Oh, thank you for the update, Wanda. I talked to Mamacita last night. She's hoping he'll be released within the next day or so. So, yeah, if you guys can help out, please do.
Not going to get to this story today because I didn't plan on it, but this is very cool. Mastodon is going to stream a rare acoustic performance from the Georgia Aquarium.
Nice.
This is going to take place, let's see, July 15th. And once again, it's going to be held from the Georgia Aquarium. Doing an acoustic show. It's going to air 9 p.m. Eastern time. Tickets are currently on sale, with the group also offering merch bundles with T-shirts that'll provide $1 per purchase to the Georgia Aquarium. That's really cool. I actually have never been to the Georgia Aquarium. Always wanted to. I just couldn't justify $50 to get into an effing aquarium.
I'll go to a zoo all day long. I think zoos are cool. Aquariums, don't care. Just not my thing.
I think aquariums are pretty cool.
Yeah, it's just not my thing.
Raven Dantes, you're not a real rock band unless you play a show by a Shark Tank.
It's truth.
Yeah, but that's pretty cool stuff. They put together a little promo video for it as well. Here, I'll share that on the stream just in case anyone wants to check that out.
All right, get into our call, comment, and text segment.
There you go. Once again, I just dropped the link in the chat if you want to kind of check it out at your own pace. Once again, Mastodon's doing a live performance at the Georgia Aquarium, which is pretty neat. Let's see how much tickets are. This is going to happen on July 15th. The artwork is super cool. Let's see. It's pretty typical for a live stream. You can get it code for $20.
Okay.
You can also get all sorts of merch options for more. But it's pretty neat, the artwork they put together for this show. So good for them. Maybe we can get some live codes to give away to that thing. That would be pretty neat. Charles says I Googled Tim the engineer and just got links of stories about studio equipment failures and software crashes. Man, I was talking to Tim yesterday, so we had a former employee, our buddy Brez, on the chat, and him and Tim were going at each other, and Brez just was like, yo, Tim, you're fat.
It was brutal.
It was brutal, and Tim took it real personally. I talked to Tim yesterday in the office. He's like, yeah, man, he came at me. I was like, yeah, he did, dude. That was messed up. I was like, he hit at you harder than Charles usually does. He's like, yeah, dude. He goes, I felt that one. Too funny. Tom Morello and the Bloody Beetroots are releasing a 7-track The Catastrophists EP today.
Nice. 2 minutes. Tim, the master of dad jokes. True story.
He's got tons of dad jokes. That is without a doubt. Guys, if you haven't already, for anyone joining us on the chat, our call, text, comment, question of the day is, have you ever Googled yourself? If you have, what did you find? Go ahead and share your stories with us in the chat today. We'll share them with you of what we got from the crew coming up here in about 90 seconds or so. Coming up on the show today, Beer for Breakfast. We'll also give away a 20th anniversary pair of tickets coming up at the bottom of this hour. We'll talk to you guys about the worst TV dads of all times, obviously leading into Father's Day this weekend. And then we have Silver Bluff Brewing professional Eric Loy in the house drinking some beers with us for Beer for Breakfast. What up, Andrew? How you doing, man?
Good morning. All right, under a minute. You'll call it the pecker.
Just FYI, Holy Moly debut was amazing last night. A new hole called The Pecker. Just so you know, ever since you guys brought up Holy Moly, I am getting served ads on every platform.
Are you serious?
On Reddit, Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter, I am getting Holy Moly.
I haven't seen any. That's funny.
That's all I got.
Dude, it's such a good show. I'll have to check it out. Thank you, Thomas. Wasn't aware it was back. All right, guys, be right back. Have you ever Googled yourself? I did years ago. One guy really did not like my voice. Got that story coming up. Be sure to jump on the stream.
Sorry about that, man.
I think it was before. Before you? I think, no. Nah, it's probably you. Get on the stream, Facebook, YouTube, and Twitch. Be sure to like, follow, and subscribe. As always, you can listen to the show. Just download the app for free. Get us in your in-home smart speaker. Check us out at rock1061.com. So today, we are taking your calls, comments, and text. 800-394-1061. Have you ever Googled yourself? If so, what did you find? Now, I've Googled myself under my real name. Gabe Reynolds, no secret. And I Googled myself under Cotter. Cotter, I had to throw in like Rock 1061, WFXH. If not, it was just all Welcome Back Cotter stuff.
Right.
Nothing exciting under Cotter. It's literally just every like Facebook post, website, maybe Small Torture Tuesday videos, getting hired and promoted type, radio industry articles. That's pretty boring. When I Googled Gabe Reynolds, and I didn't know this guy must have quit golf, there was a PGA golfer named Gabe Reynolds.
Oh.
So I had Googled myself years ago, and I came across that, but I couldn't find any stats past 2010.
Was he successful?
Obviously not.
Yeah. So
yes. Alternate
reality you as a golfer, that sucks.
Yes.
Is there?
So that's just me?
I was going to say, is there any reality where you're successful?
I don't think so. There's another guy, Gabe Reynolds, and this is the most recent one. When I Googled myself this morning, this guy was all over the place. Horse trainer.
Oh.
They call it, it's Gabe Reynolds cutting horse training.
Huh.
So I didn't know the cutting horse. I don't know. I don't know what that thing.
You cut horses up?
They train horses. This Gabe, this version of me, trains horses.
Maybe you work for like some sort of mob entity, and you just supply horse heads for
when they need to throw one in a bed next to somebody.
Exactly right.
Send that message.
Yeah,
that's what I do.
You're that guy.
That'd be awesome.
You're a horse decapitator.
But back in the day, I had somebody. This is early on in my radio career. I had somebody who just hated my voice because I Googled myself.
It's very
once.
cringy.
That's fine.
Yeah.
I Googled myself, and it took me to a message board. And this guy had posted multiple times
about you,
about my voice.
Wow.
And I'm just like, it sounds like he's always sick. He's just nasally. It's just so annoying. I don't know how people listen.
Yeah.
And it was just like, and I'm like, are you? It was weird because I get one. If you want to post one and you want to complain, I get it. But it was multiple. Over 5 to 8 posts just about my voice, and they were spread out, over like a month or two. So it was just like,
it's weird that you found my personal blog.
But I found that weird. And then there's another one. So I left Illinois and went to Lincoln, Nebraska to work in radio. And then I went back to Illinois after about a year, and I got put on a sports talk station. And I'm not going to hide it. I'm not a sports guy. That's fine. And I brought that up, when going back to be on the sports show. He's like, no, don't worry. Your co-host is the sports guy. We want you on because pop culture, you've done theater and improv. We just kind of want, a different element to the show instead it's just 2 sports guys. So I decided I was just going to give stupid sports takes, just to kind of get people riled up. We were looking for calls, had no idea what we were doing. And then I Googled myself after we started doing this show, and same kind of thing. People hated my takes. I'm like, it didn't bother me at that point in time because I was just there just to kind of be stupid.
Right.
And I would just say stupid random things. And it ticked so many people off.
Oh, yeah.
I went back to another message board, and I found that one funny. The voice thing got to me because I was still kind of new into radio. But the sports thing I just found funny that people took it that serious. I'm like, guys, chill out.
Yeah, the sports world's totally different. As from what you and I are doing right now, if we were giving really bad sports takes, we could rile people up so bad.
Dude, it did not take much at all. And then after Googling myself and seeing how upset it made people, it just amped me up to even worse.
Yeah.
I was just, you guys asking for it at this point in time.
Yeah, give me a year or two and wait till I start with my Justin Fields takes about how the Falcons should have took him when he's really successful. Ooh, I'm gonna burn so many bridges after that. Cotter, we got some great stories here from the chat today. Phil actually chimed in from the Horde. He goes, well, apparently there was a Philip Chansey back in the 90s in Alabama that started having an affair with a psychiatrist who was also married.
Oh.
They left their significant others to be together. But when the relationship ended, the guy with my name went back to his wife. They then proceeded to sue the psychiatry practice and won $500,000 for recklessness and negligence because, doctors aren't supposed to have relationships with their clients.
Whoa.
So, very cool Googling there, Phil.
That's impressive.
What a wild roller coaster ride that must have been when he went to look up for his name and stuff. Charles chimed in as well. He goes, well, whenever I Google myself, all I get is Pornhub and X videos. Oh, Charles, what did you do?
Stop uploading that stuff, man.
To this day, Charles is a 50-year-old man business owner.
Hey, you never know. All right, call, comment, and text.
He's very sexy.
Big, bald, and sexy.
Mm-hmm.
Call, comment, and text 800-394-1061. Have you ever Googled yourself? If so, what did you find? More of your stories coming up. 800-394-1061. Cotter and Marshall. Here's Evanescence and Better Without You. Rock 1061.
I actually do have quite a few, little tiny ones.
Okay.
Do you have anything over there? Do you have anything?
Nothing on the text, and just two really short ones on Facebook.
Here, I'm going to email you some of mine so you have them.
Okay.
Do. All right, man. Here you go. So unless we get a call here in the next minute or so, let's go ahead and do that. So I've got 4-ish really short ones that I can bring up. Other than that, we'll put a pin.
Do you have anything
this.
for you?
Yeah, mine's super short though.
Okay.
That's a good one. A-Dub dropped one in. He goes, when I Google myself, there are a lot of pictures, a lot of articles and pictures, most of which have nothing to do with me, and I'm surely not a black man. Oh, yeah. Jeremy, our dude Jeremy from MF Hot Sauce is currently in a hot sauce competition where you can go vote.
Oh, nice.
Want to drop that link into the chat if you don't mind. I don't know where it's at currently, but I saw that late last night. But yeah, Jeremy, our dude who made our Torture Blues Day hot sauce, is in a hot sauce competition. So if we could all vote for him today, I'm sure he'd love that.
All right, got about 40 seconds. Do you want to start with yours? I can come back and read some of these, and then you still have a couple to read.
Yeah, yep.
And then finish up with yours.
Yeah. Bruh.
All right, guys, be right back. We're taking your calls, comments, and texts this morning. 800-394-1061. Have you ever Googled yourself? And if so, what'd you find?
See, the thing that sucks about me is my name is the most common name ever. So
It's true.
I go by Marshall, but that's because there was like 12 Johns growing up. So John Marshall is the most boring ass name ever in the history of ever. I get to blame my dad for this. So when I was born, my mom and dad, just before birth, agreed Joshua. That's his name. I'm a Joshua.
Okay.
And then after I was born, my dad completely 86'd. Because when they come in, they're like, "What's the name of your child?" They're like, "My dad's like John Marshall." And
why?
I don't know. And that's the story. And my mom holds it slightly against him this entire time. That's why my mom got my middle name. So my dad got to give the middle name to my brother. My mom got to middle name me, and I think that's kind of the reason why. But yeah,
interesting.
My dad completely 86 my mom, and their relationship must have been great. Anyway, so yeah, my name is John Marshall, and when you Google John Marshall, you just get the incredibly successful John Marshall, which is really, really sad for me. So there was a John Marshall who was lived from 1755, 1835, was an American politician and lawyer who served as the 4th Chief Justice of the United States from 1801 to 1835.
Oh, there you go.
And then not only that, there is dozens of law schools named after him.
Oh, okay.
There's nothing about me.
I mean, you go to the bottom of the page, you just keep hitting next.
Honestly,
nothing keeps popping up.
Hold on, let me just go live on the air. Marshall, Google something. I've never done this before.
And you're Googling yourself.
Yeah, I'm on page 10, and there's still Chief Justice stuff. Hold on, let's go to 14.
Nothing?
No, elementary schools. John Marshall softball punches ticket to state. Because there's schools named after me. Like, literally, I mean, I couldn't really find, unless I, put John Marshall Rock 106.1, and then it just comes up with, links to the radio station and stuff like that.
Sounds like you need to do something with your life.
I'm going to burn this place down. Will that be something, Cotter?
Do it when I'm gone, and then when I come back, I just get more vacation.
You're on vacation next week. I'm going to burn this place down.
That's fine. All right, Gibby hit us up. He's kind of the same boat as you were. There are so many Paul Gibsons around. I had to dig deep to find things, like articles from stuff I did in high school, performances, wrestling, and such like that. Heather Davis said, I just Googled myself, and apparently there's an actress by the same name.
Oh, congratulations.
Yeah, there you go. Wanda and Mac, basically, it's just Facebook and Twitter portals that take them right to their profiles.
Yep.
So nothing overly exciting. And then Bert Davis, Googled myself and found a picture of me in elementary school on the news. There was a video as well.
Of what? Did he burn the school down?
Maybe. I don't know.
Bert, let us know, man. I got some stuff on the stream here. Jeremy Kennedy, he chimed in. He goes, when I Googled myself, it comes up that I'm an MMA fighter. So congratulations.
Nice.
Thomas hit us up. He goes, well, my Google name shows that I'm a security engineer, a lawyer, and a realtor, but I'm actually none of those in real life. So, Andrew said, I didn't find crap. I apparently do not exist, which is actually good.
Yeah,
because the
I'm okay with
government's
that.
usually tracking you.
All right, you can continue the comment and text 800-394-1061. Have you ever Googled yourself? If so, what did you find? Coming up next, we're going to talk 20th anniversary concert, plus give you some details on how you can score some tickets. That's coming up in minutes. Cotter and Marshall Show, Rock 1061.
Wanda, thank you so much for sharing that link. So let's see. So our dude Jeremy Bauer from MF Hot Sauce, he is in a hot sauce competition. Do you have to donate to vote, Wanda? Do you know this? Jeremy's hot sauce is all the way down at 91. But I think it's currently, you said he was currently number 2 in the voting. Let's check out results right now. Yeah, Jeremy's currently number 2 in voting for hot sauces. So it's the hot sauce label competition.
Okay, that makes sense.
Jeremy currently has 42 total votes.
First place only has 45. He's close.
Dennis chimed in on the whole Google yourself thing. Dennis says, nothing interesting, Facebook, Insta, and no second page. Any good news about me is in the paper print. Old man plus a bunch of pictures that ain't me. Let's see. Once again, our buddy Jeremy is in this competition. Feel free to vote. Vote by texting only the label number. Oh, okay. That's easy.
Yeah.
Yeah, guys, so do us a favor. Go ahead and hit the link that Wanda just dropped in the stream. She commented on Twitch if for some reason it's not showing up for you. Our dude, Jeremy, is currently in second place for this hot sauce label competition. We want to make sure that Jeremy wins this damn thing because if we're award-winning, Jeremy deserves to be award-winning. So you can actually find the rules there, but essentially you just text the number 91 to the phone number 805-262-9988. And then it looks like voting runs all the way through July 17th, so we need to keep on this.
I love the name of it. Old Boney Mountain. Hot summer night. Old Boney Mountain just sounds really funny to me.
Yeah, I don't think you don't have to donate. You just you can vote via the phone. I'm going to vote right now.
He's number 91. All right, going to talk concerts next. Bottom of the hour, the end of the hour, some more productivity at work, some kind of different suggestions, not your stereotypical stuff. We'll also get to our 20th anniversary trivia question, our final one of the week. Next week, going to have some like, share, and comment contests on Facebook for your chance to score some tickets. So you'll still have some chance to win tickets next week as well.
Okay, sorry. To be eligible to vote, you must have made a minimum donation of $5. Well, that seems kind of crazy. How do you know I didn't?
I know, right? You have to give your phone number probably.
Yeah, I'm guessing in the donate link.
Oh, I hit the donate link. Not found. Error 404.
No, that's just probably internet. Yeah, I got it right here.
Oh, did you get it? Okay.
There's apparently, you can buy all sorts of stuff. Label contest. Each vote is only $5. If you donate $100, you get 20 votes. You can donate as much money as you want. In addition, donate, your name will be entered into a raffle, and winners will be announced during the Hot Summer Night Virtual Festival.
From Old Boney Mountain.
Interesting.
All right, we got about 6 minutes-ish.
So the virtual live event in person in the beautiful Palm Gardens Hotel is on July 17th. It lasts 3 hours. Purchase includes event entry, live music, samplings of food, craft beer, wine, and famous Holdrens, Old Boney, Jarhead, Red, and Grotto Dust, Bloody Mary to enjoy while watching the virtual event filming live. You can also just watch the event virtually for free. Yeah, you got to donate. Donate the $5 if you want to vote.
Getting a call. Rock 1061, who's this?
Your buddy Vic.
What is up, Vic?
I Googled myself and it came up as a Rasta / gigolo, and I got the best dick and the best dope in the world.
No kidding.
And it said I got one eye open too.
Just the one?
My nickname's One Eye.
Good old Victor One Eye Pines.
Oh, Vic.
How y'all doing this morning, man?
Doing
Top
good,
of the
man.
morning to you. Happy Friday.
Happy Friday, Vic. Happy Friday. 2 days in a row to talk to you. That's nice.
I couldn't hear you there for a second.
I just said 2 days in a row we get to talk to you. That's good.
Hey, Vic, what are you doing?
Yeah, man.
What are you doing this weekend?
I'm in it today. I don't know. Probably getting high and drunk. I'll figure out something to do.
Right. All right. Well, you be good. Don't get too crazy, and we'll talk to you. We'll talk to you on Monday. Make sure to call us Monday because we're taking the rest of the week off.
There you go. I'll do that.
All right. Thanks, man.
All right, Vic. Have a good weekend, bud. See ya.
Later, fellas.
My guess is because we've talked to Vic so much this week, I'm definitely getting some text messages from Vic this weekend.
I would imagine.
I hope so.
Let me save that.
All right, coming up next, we're going to talk about some concerts coming to the area. We also have another concert getting announced this coming Tuesday. Talking to the guys, they are working at least on 1 to 2 more shows to bring to the area. I mean, a lot of people are obviously touring, but a lot of bands are on like doing these bigger scale tours with multiple bands. So some of these bands are like splitting off from the main tours and doing these little side shows. So
that's awesome.
We may be getting some of those little side shows.
I think it's great, man. I think it's absolutely fantastic. And the way they handle things over at Victory North the right way sounds great. Great venue. So I'm so happy. This area has needed a venue like that forever.
Yeah.
And then with the new Civic Center, so you got Victory North for some of these smaller shows. Then you get the new Civic Center in here, hopefully get some bigger shows in. Dude, it could be like a concert renaissance in the Low Country Coastal Empire.
So have you been following the Savannah Pro Hockey Facebook page?
I follow, yes. I don't see all their posts, but I did see the one where they're with the build. You're talking the build post?
Yeah. So
picture.
So last night, you guys, if you haven't already, go to Facebook and go to Savannah Pro Hockey. Just search that. They've actually been putting up updates on the Civic Center construction, the new Civic Center construction. And they just put up one yesterday where, man, it is getting exciting to see this thing kind of come to fruition. I'll go ahead and drop in the link directly to their Facebook page on the chat. But Savannah Pro Hockey, the new hockey team, we should be finding out what the name is here in the next, I want to say, month or two.
Yeah.
And then after that, they start playing next October at the Civic Center. So once again, Savannah Pro Hockey, they actually just dropped a picture just yesterday of where they're at in the construction. Everything looks much like just cement.
Yeah.
But it looks like they got some of the seating in. It looks like it's fully enclosed at this point. So very, very exciting stuff to see the new Civic Center come to life.
I think it's going to be a very cool looking venue. I mean, anything's a step up from what we got now. But I think it's
what's wrong with the Martin Luther King Arena?
I think it's going to be a legit step up.
I don't think I've ever walked into an arena quite like the MLK Arena here in Savannah.
Yeah, it's interesting. I mean, the theater, awesome. The theater's a nice theater.
Yeah.
The arena, I still don't get it. I don't get it. All right, guys, be right back. Details on how you can score tickets for the 20th anniversary concert coming up in just moments. Don't forget to check out the stream, Facebook, YouTube, and Twitch. Like, follow, and subscribe. So, 2021, one of the best years for shows in over a decade here in the Low Country and Coastal Empire. It all kicks off with our 20th anniversary show. That goes down Saturday, July 3rd, Trustees Garden in Savannah. We've teamed up with Connect Savannah. You've got Puddle of Mud, Filter, Sponge, and, of course, Lilac and Whaleboat. Dude, it's going to be so much fun, and it's just over 2 weeks away.
Yeah, so make sure to go grab your tickets right now, rock1061.com, or go to etix.com as well. But that's not quite all, guys, because we have a bunch of shows coming to the area, and I'm talking like the area, not just like the surrounding area that's like 2 or 4 hours away.
Right.
I mean, Victory North is bringing a ton of great shows. Starting August 23rd, Pop Evil's coming in on Monday, August 23rd. Then we have POD coming in on September 22nd. Fozzie's going to be stopping in on a Friday night. That's going to be fun.
Yeah, well.
So once again, that's October 8th. And then we have Amigo the Devil. He's actually kind of a newer artist. He's a part of Welcome to Rockville this year. He's coming in on November 8th, my birthday. Make sure to write that down, everyone. Buy me something nice. But Amigo the Devil will be coming in as well. And there's a show that's not yet announced this coming Tuesday, 10 a.m., Rock 1061. Check out our Facebook page. Check out our Insta. We're going to have a show announcement, another one coming up next Tuesday.
All right, coming up here in just a moment, your chance to score tickets to our 20th anniversary show with 20th anniversary trivia. Billy gave you the answer to this trivia question yesterday evening around 5:05 at the Badass Rock Show. So your chance to win tickets coming up. Here's Weezer. It's the Sweater Song. Powder and Marshall Show, Rock 1061.
Once again, probably more music news stories that I'm not going to get to Every Time I Die rocker, Andy Williams. He also is, I think, the Butcher in AEW. He's like the wrestler with the big handlebar mustache.
Yeah.
New story just came out. Andy Williams rescues drowning chipmunk. So, I mean, if he's not already the greatest guy in the world.
That's amazing.
He saved a drowning chipmunk. He's a professional wrestler, and he's also a guitar player in Every Time I Die.
And he's a big, burly man.
He's gigantic.
Yes.
Huge fella. Huge fella.
If him and Charles were like a tag team together, unstoppable.
They just complain about each other because they be coworkers.
Yeah, Raven, I agree, man. The theater's great, but that arena, I've never seen an arena like that. It's crazy. I mean, it's like you'd go in, and so they used to do Derby Devils used to have that as their venue, and it's like, I'm not trying to knock on it too much, but they give you like a wireless mic, and it looks like it was a wireless mic from the 80s that they have just thrown around everywhere. It was, and you know, it was just never felt like a true arena.
Usually when they build arenas, eventually they will kind of update them. And they've never done that with this arena. And like when I came here, I couldn't believe the condition it was in. And I went to a couple of events where like the audio just died. I mean, their audio system is so ancient that, I mean, the arena, honestly, it's embarrassing. And that's why it's one of the major reasons why Savannah, huge tourist destination. Why wouldn't you put in a venue that could supply more entertainment, bring more people in? They spend more money.
Yeah.
Like, why are we so dumb? Like, why didn't the city go, you know what? Let's get this done instead of waiting. I mean, when was MLK Arena built? 70s?
I don't know, to be honest.
I got to look this up.
But yeah, so I mean, that's why I'm super excited about the new arena. You've got the Plant Riverside area. They're putting in a small venue there. So, I mean, we're finally getting to where we should have been 20 years ago. I mean, honestly. So,
1974 is when they built that thing. 74. It's been like 50 freaking years, and they did nothing with it.
It's been 46. Let's not get ahead of ourselves.
Right.
It's not been 50 years.
Yeah, I mean, that's ancient. Yeah. Charles said Civic Center sucks because it was run by the city of Savannah. Everything they touch sucks. I wouldn't go that far, but they definitely fumbled the arena. It was horrific. The Johnny Mercer Theater, which there is a couple of shows that I know about that haven't even been announced yet. They just announced Foreigner yesterday.
Yeah.
Which I love Foreigner. I really want to go to that show, but I don't know. Have you like looked into ticket prices now that concerts are back?
They got to be steep.
Everyone is price gouging because we missed a year.
Yeah.
Foreigner tickets, if you want to sit within the first 20 rows, they're charging $177 fucking dollars, man.
Oh my God, no! Yeah.
And it's weird because after like the first 20 rows, like which is kind of like midway,
right,
on the lower half, it's like $77 a ticket. But Ticketmaster still charges you like facility fees and all this BS. Like it's like $100 a ticket to see Foreigner. I've seen Foreigner dozens of times, and I've literally bought tickets. They're like $20.
Yeah,
like screw you, man. And it's Foreigner where there's one guy left. Mick Jones, the guitar player, is left. No one else is in the band.
That's what somebody brought up Leonard Skinner the other day about going to Rockville. They wanted to see Leonard Skinner. I'm like, dude, just wait until a cover band comes to Coaches, because that's basically what Skinner is at this point in time, and you'll get just as good of experience. Hang out in the Sound Garden; it'll be a lot cheaper. You'll be fine.
And I've seen this run of Foreigner like 100 times. Like it's mostly been the same touring musicians. Like Kelly Hansen's the lead singer now, and he's incredible.
Yeah,
like, he's incredible. It sounds just like what's his name? Original lead singer Lou Graham.
I don't know.
Whatever that guy is.
Yeah, I don't know his name.
But I mean, they're incredible. But man, they're not incredible enough to pay $200 to see Foreigner, man.
A little steep. All right, guys, be right back. We got our 20th anniversary trivia question for 20th anniversary tickets coming up in just minutes. Yahoo Health I have a list of 6 tricks that can use to make your workday more productive. And they're not your stereotypical list. A lot of them is just like, get plenty of sleep. Blah, blah, blah. This list is stuff I can get behind, especially number one. Number one on this list, Yahoo Health, ways to make yourself more productive at work. Leave work early. I'm in.
Now, that doesn't exactly sound like that's a great way of being more productive, because essentially you just don't work.
But when they break it down, it makes sense. They said people tend to work more slowly when they have more time. If you know you're leaving work earlier than normal, you'll work faster rather than leave things undone.
And then you're rushing your work and making maybe the qualities a little bit lower.
Yeah, but it's done. What do you want?
I'm just poking holes in the story a little bit. I'm just trying, man. I'm trying over here.
All right, number 2, don't multitask. And I think this makes sense. Lots of people think multitasking makes you more productive, but doing 2 things at once means you're distracted from both things. You work faster if you have one thing, give it your full attention, and then move on to the next.
That's one thing I agree with.
Yes.
Like, people love to be multitaskers in so many ways. I don't know why, but yeah, like I find myself sitting at the house, like on the backside of our days. We actually do work from home. If I'm getting an email of someone yelling at me, but I'm also trying to voice some commercials for the radio stations, I get angry about this and I can't do this correctly. So I literally have to like throw the phone in the other room and literally focus on what I'm doing, one thing at a time.
Yeah, I'm horrible when it comes to multitasking sometimes. I'll be like scheduling music and then I'll go, oh, I forgot I have to do this. So then I'll veer off into that direction. And then an hour later, I'm like, did I stop scheduling music? I should get back to that. So I'm not getting anything done. Number 3 on this list, don't read the news. So they're saying even if the news isn't distracting or depressing, it still takes brain power to focus on it, and your brain gets tired as the day goes on. So save your best thinking for work and catch up on news when you get home.
So I'd like to change this one just slightly, if you don't mind. Don't read emails, because they make me depressed. And they are very distracting with what I'm really trying to do, which is stuff I think is more important.
What if they're work-related emails?
I don't care. Think of all the emails that you and I get. And
So
maybe
many.
if you work in a position where you get a lot of emails, think about all the emails you get in a day that pertain to work. How many are actually worth your time?
Most of them are not.
I would say out of all the emails I get, about 25% of them are valid concerns or requests that I do get back with. The rest are like, what are we doing here? And then also, if you get a company email that's got like the congratulations to this person, and there's like 100 people, and then it comes the cavalcade of congratulations, I want to literally find the tallest place in the building and throw myself off of it.
All right, we're going to continue this list here in just a second. Right now, though, we've got a trivia question. It's 20th anniversary trivia. If you listened to Billy and the Badass Rock Show yesterday at 5:05, you already know the answer, but here's the question. First person to get it right, you score tickets for the 20th anniversary concert. Before forming the band Filter, Richard Patrick was a touring member of what band? We'll even make a multiple choice. Alice in Chains, Green Day, or 9 Inch Nails. Once again, before forming the band Filter, Richard Patrick was a touring member of what band? Alice in Chains, Green Day, or 9 Inch Nails? If you think you have the answer, call us now. First person to get it right wins. 800-394-1061. Rock 1061, who's this?
It's your buddy Vic again.
Vic, what's going on, man?
Well, I got a 9-inch nail, and I know how to use it.
I'm assuming you're talking about the answer and not your penis.
Exactly.
Okay, good.
Thank God. Thank God.
Once again, before forming the band Filter, Richard Patrick was a touring member of what band? Yes, Vic, you are correct. The answer is 9 Inch Nails.
Awesome.
All right, Vic, we got your info, buddy. We'll reach out to you and hook you up with a pair of tickets. I'm hoping to call a bunch of people and get those tickets in the mail today.
Awesome, dude. I'll have some extra people coming with me.
Nice.
It'll be a big party.
It will be.
Hell yeah, it will be.
All right, Vic.
If I'm there, it's going to be a party.
It's a true story.
Yeah, bring the Viagra for all of us, bro.
Oh, you actually used some of that, eh?
Yeah, Cotter did, yeah.
It was fantastic. I should have waited until my wife got back, but I couldn't do it.
They turned you into a Rosterdam / gigolo, didn't they?
You know what? I thought of you the whole time.
There you go, buddy. Yeah.
All right.
Yeah, I'll bring you both of y'all some.
Awesome,
Perfect.
dude. Thank you.
All right, man. We got to run.
All right, dude.
Just talk to you later, Vic. See ya.
Later.
Jesus.
All right, Connor's going to edit up that audio. We'll be right back.
There we go.
Back on the chat. Back on the chat. I noticed something was wrong there. All right, congrats to Vic picking himself up an extra pair of tickets to bring more of the Vic clan to the Puddle of Mud show with us. That'll be interesting. So you know we have to bring Vic up on stage for one of these stage announcements, right?
Do we?
Yeah, I think we should. Yeah, I think we should. Dylan Odom's here. Totally not Cotter's alias. Good morning, fellas.
What's that, Dylan? That is the name I'm going to use if I ever need an alias now, though. Just saying.
I'm going to get Cotter wasted, and when the cops are talking to us, I'm like, what up, Dylan?
What's up?
See if he plays along with it. He won't.
I mean, it's either that or Denver Todd Stick Rod. Dylan Odom just seems way more believable.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah, people still don't believe me when I say he was an actual person.
Yeah, guys, I don't know how to explain Vic. He's just, he's one of the most interesting dudes out there. That's for sure. That's all I can really tell you.
100%.
So I got actually a serious question to ask everyone. Where are we at in the show here?
We got plenty of time.
Okay.
We got about 4-ish minutes.
Okay, that's enough.
Yeah.
So the 4th of July weekend is going to be just pretty hot. You know, if it's going to be like the day of the show, it's going to be 90 degrees currently. And this is 2 weeks out. It's 90 degrees, partly cloudy. So it's going to be like a little bit humid. It's going to be hot, sweaty. So can a grown man wear a headband? I'm thinking of not even wearing a hat. I think I'm just going to wear a headband.
Dude.
Is that acceptable?
You have a mullet. I think a headband will accentuate
Do I just wear
the mullet.
Do I wear an American flag headband?
I think you do.
Okay.
I don't think there's anything wrong with that.
I'm thinking I'm going to wear an American, because I mean, I need something to catch the sweat.
Yep, I get it.
Got my big ass forehead.
Yep.
I need something to catch the sweat. I'm thinking about getting an American flag headband.
Yeah, I think that's...
Is that the appropriate? Tony said, please no.
Don't listen to Tony. Because
you know who I should ask? Our fashionista. We have a fashionista on the show.
Can we
now.
reach out to her?
Lauren Wolverton. I'm gonna message her.
Okay, message her and ask her. I say yes, because I mean, one, it's 4th of July weekend. I think a headband will really make that mullet pop.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm all in on this.
Andrew says, get some red, white, and blue Cotter and Marshall headbands. I'll rock one with you.
A bandana, maybe?
Is it a bandana, headband, same thing? That's what I'm thinking. I'm thinking just a boop right there.
I think when she says bandana, I'm thinking, is she meaning the whole?
No, I'm not that.
Yeah, no, I wouldn't.
I'm
do
talking
that.
like a headband, like a just you know.
Yeah.
Like
I think it's. I got no issue with it.
Like I'm a ninja. Hold on. So just in case you guys didn't see, Lauren Wolverton from Connect Savannah is the Rock 106.1 / Connor Marsh Show fashionista. We ask her fashion questions.
Yes.
So I'm just gonna message her real quick and just her thoughts.
That's cool. Dylan, don't say it on air, but would you guys mind letting the folks know my band, Harlan Saved, will be opening for Danny Black again next Friday in Rincon? Sure thing, man. Where we're at in Rincon. We're going to talk about it. Let's say where. Let's get specific.
Ooh, breaking news.
Okay.
Breaking news. Our consultant taught us to take these pauses.
Oh, yes.
Hold on. Breaking news, guys. Yo, it's Big, Bald, and Sexy's birthday.
What?
We're friends on Facebook, and Facebook says he's 21 years old today, which is very not true.
I have that is today probably not his birthday then.
Charles, can you confirm, is it your birthday? You son of a bitch, and you didn't tell us? Breaking news. Please confirm.
I'm going to say, since the age is off, he just threw in a date. It's not even his birthday. That would be my guess.
I want to confirm from him, because if it's Charles' birthday, we have to celebrate.
Agreed.
Also, Dylan, where are you playing your show?
Yeah.
Sorry to interrupt.
All right, we got about 45 seconds. Jumping back on, going to finish this list of productivity at work. Then we'll play back Vic's call, big winner of some tickets.
Andrew is very disappointed that he didn't get that win. It's a house show. Don't mind giving the address. Danny Black is guitarist of Philadelphia outfit Good Old War. Good morning, Lauren.
Nice.
I have a fashion question.
All right, guys, be right back. Just a couple minutes away from awarding a pair of tickets for our 20th anniversary show with 20th anniversary trivia. First, though, got to finish this list put together by Yahoo Health. 6 things that you can use to be more productive at work, and they're not your stereotypical things. So far, it's been leave work early, don't multitask, or like these sound ways to be unproductive. Don't read the news. Well, number 4, this is, I guess, more of a typical one. Exercise before work.
I hate this one.
Get up too early, man.
Yeah, even if we didn't, waking up early sucks.
Right?
Yeah. I mean, it's not something that human beings are meant to do. So especially for us, we wake up 4 or 5 o'clock in the morning. We'd have to wake up at like 3, work out, take a shower, and then come in.
Dude, I get up at 3.
No
I'm not
way.
getting up at 2.
No, man, I'm good.
No, this is not happening. Number 5, eat lots of berries and other snacks too.
Now, berries are high in antioxidants, which is good for you.
Yeah.
Which can improve your memory and coordination. But don't you need the protein? Don't you need some protein to like get you through the day?
You have some trail mix, maybe some nuts.
You ever seen a happy person only eat berries during work?
No.
Exactly.
They're usually the most miserable person in the office.
Exactly. You ever, like, hangry versions of us are people you don't want to even get close to.
No, nobody wants that in their life. And finally on this list, work in a yellow room.
So we should just move our offices into the urinal, to the one bathroom that we have.
It's been claimed that seeing yellow suppresses melatonin, which is a hormone that makes you sleepy. In scientific studies, workers have said that their moods are better when there are yellow decorations around the office.
What?
Have I brought in I could bring in the Lego head. That's yellow.
It'd make me angry. I honestly, when I work, I love to be fueled by rage. So when I'm working, I like to be upset, and it actually drives me to get things done and punch back. Because people can be punchy in their emails, and sometimes emails or even comments from your coworkers aren't supposed to be punchy. But man, I take offense to everything. I like to work fueled by rage.
You are at your most productive when you're pissed off.
Without a doubt.
I mean, 100%.
Without a doubt. I'll bullet point something that'll blow your mind if you piss me off.
All right, we got to give away some tickets for the 20th anniversary show, 20th anniversary trivia. Of course, Billy gave you the answer last night, 5:05 of the Badass Rock Show. Before forming the band Filter, Richard Patrick was a touring member of what band? Alice in Chains, Green Day, or Nine Inch Nails? 6-1, who's this?
Buddy Vic again.
Vic, what's going on, man?
Well, I got a 9-inch nail and I know how to use it.
I'm assuming about the answer and not your penis.
Exactly.
Okay, good.
Thank God. Thank God.
Once again, before forming the band Filter, Richard Patrick was a touring member of what band? Yes, Vic, you are correct. The answer is 9 Inch Nails.
Awesome.
All right, so Vic definitely going to be at the show.
We're going to have 2 more people from the Vic clan because he already has tickets.
That's true.
I mean, we're going to have the whole Vic family on site that day. Everyone should be excited and terrified.
All right, so we're done with 20th anniversary trivia, but all next week, more chances for you to win. Follow us on Facebook. We're going to have some like, share, and comment contest next week for your chance to win tickets for the 20th anniversary show. If you don't want to wait and just want to buy tickets, get them now. etix.com, also rock1061.com. Coming up, top of the 8 o'clock hour, with Father's Day being on Sunday, we're going to talk some of the worst TV and movie dads ever. And we got a list of the top 10 put together by a website. I don't know. I don't like this list.
You don't?
No. I mean, there's some people on it that deserve to be. There are some people who don't. I think they're numbered incorrectly. I could have done a better job.
Okay. Oh, well, all right, Mr. Article Writer. Let's go over this list here in a few minutes, and we'll decide how bad it is together.
All right, 8 o'clock. That's happening. Cotter and Marshall Show. Rock 1061.
Wanda says, Jeremy said thank you all for the votes. I'll donate $5 and vote for him here after the show today. Greg says, I think Marshall should get the terry cloth headband with matching wristband and wear some shorts, tennis shorts, and maybe a fanny pack to boot. Is that like a weird sexual dream you're having about me, Greg? Obviously. You show up to the show and maybe I'll wear it for you.
Go full red, white, and blue.
Raven Don says, I would go crazy in a yellow room. Yeah, I don't know. I like the color of our room. We just have like kind of a gray. I have a black wall behind me, but Cotter has we have red shelves and gray walls. I don't know. There's some punchy color in here. I like that.
No, I like the color. Dylan, no problem, man. Happy to let everybody know about your show. Hopefully it goes well. Have a good day.
Charles, you didn't answer my question. Is it your birthday today or not?
Does Vic's son call him dad or uncle?
Brother? I have tickets for the show. Excellent. You're going to have such a good time that day. Maybe I'll dress up for you. Greg, our dude Jeremy from MF Hot Sauce, he is currently in a hot sauce label competition. He's currently in second place, and we shared the link Wanda did earlier. If I can find it, I will repost it. It was a while ago, though. Actually, Wanda, if you're still hanging around, can you drop in the post for Jeremy's MF Hot Sauce competition? You do have to pay $5 to vote, but if you're willing to do that, we really would appreciate that. Our dude Jeremy is one hell of a dude. I don't know if anyone's really friends with him on Facebook or not, but Jeremy has a pepper garden, and he's been growing some of the hottest peppers known to man in it, and he just cultivated a huge batch, and it looks really good. Oh, shoot. It's Big Bald and Sexy's birthday. Confirmed. 54 today. You sexy son of a bitch. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to sexiness. Happy birthday, you big bald bastard. Happy birthday, Charles Taylor. There you go, buddy. That's for you. Happy freaking birthday, buddy.
Happy birthday, man. That's awesome.
It's awesome because are you surprised he's alive?
No, it's just awesome that it's his birthday.
It's just awesome. Yeah, that's a day of the year.
But it's his birthday, yeah.
Celebrate Charles' birthday with a Malort shot. Oh, Sean, you son of a bitch.
Why would we do that?
It sounds like a terrible idea.
Ugh.
Hey, man.
Happy Friday.
Happy Friday. Max says, now I'm glad y'all didn't sing on my birthday. What?
So ungrateful.
Hey, what the hell, dude? I gave you a Jesse Pinkman glass yesterday. Why would you say that to me? I've been so nice to you. Greg says, I think it's funny that Wanda's responding from the shower. I don't think you realize, I don't think a lot of people realize how many people watch us in the shower.
Yeah, I'm honored.
Yeah, Big Bald and Sexy, Charles, he watches us in the shower all the time. Wanda watches in the shower all the time. Actually, I think our preferred status of you guys hanging with us is nude. And preferably wet.
Yeah.
So I have the top 10 list for our TV and movie dads. Are you going deep into the backside of the list?
Like with talking about each person?
Uh-huh.
I with some of them, yes. It's like the Matilda character, I've never seen and or read that book, so I know nothing about them. I don't think with some of it, yes, I think we can. But, the ones that I disagree with or, think shouldn't be there, I was a little bit more. Then I have like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 that I think are actually better fits for this list.
Oh, okay.
So, but yeah, just thought we can, 10 through 1, debate. So.
Sean just asked, so when will Torture Tuesday be back again? It's coming back in September. Our fall book, our promotions period, it's mid-September-ish, so we'll start somewhere around then.
Yeah. Sean, I'm watching and commenting from the shower right effing now.
Like I said, our preferred take is you watch us nude, guys.
Yeah. Is that weird? Nah.
Wherever you are, preferably. You just don't get arrested or anything. We don't condone getting arrested.
No.
But we do condone watching us while nude. So, preferably. You do as you will. Sorry, I'm wrapping up my message to Lauren Wolverton from Connect Savannah, our fashionista on staff here. During the anniversary show, can I wear a USA red, white, and blue headband during the show? It will be hot, but I wanted to have this item. I wanted this item to bring me functionality as well. Is this okay? Okay, I've just messaged Lauren about my headband question. If she gets back to me during the show, I will definitely relay the information to you guys.
Or even Dante's, I agree. If you get arrested, then we definitely need the story. Greg, if you want us at the 20th anniversary show watching you nude, maybe.
Portions of your body, maybe. It's gonna be very hot.
Also, I'll be sending some lutefisk in your M&K care package I'm putting together.
Oh, nice. So I actually mailed Sean, horny for smoked meats. He lives in Minnesota. I sent him a Cotter Marshall package. He bought a bottle of the hot sauce, so I mailed it to him. I also sent him a Cotter Marshall shirts and some stickers and stuff.
Sean's a son of a bitch.
What is?
You know what lutefisk is?
I don't know what that is.
Lutefisk is prepared as a seafood dish. It's that you've seen if you've watched Amazing Race at all. It's like that fish. I think they probably like bury it in the ground and let it kind of spoil. It's supposed to just be completely rancid. Oh. It's a Norwegian thing. Ugh.
I'm not really familiar with it.
Let's see. Here we go. It's dried whitefish, normally cod. It is made from aged stockfish or dried and salted cod, pickled in lye. It is gelatinous in texture after being rehydrated for days prior to eating.
Well, that sounds delicious.
This sounds disgusting. So that's where
you.
I was asking about Torture Tuesday.
Just make sure you package it up nice if you're sending us other stuff.
Have you had this before, Sean? That's my question.
All right, guys.
So is he wearing only the headband? Another stellar question. It's huge in Minnesota. My coworker eats it. Interesting.
Dude, Sean's got the worst coworkers. If you guys remember, since the shows began, he's shared stories about his coworkers who are utterly disgusting.
All right, guys, got about 6 minutes. Hell no. It's not horrible if you do it right. I don't know. All right. Well, I'm intrigued. How does it come? Is it canned? How does this work? Gelatinous in texture. One of us puking if we do that. Guaranteed.
We're talking about Jake Thompson?
It's the same coworker. All right, so once again, worst TV/movie dads. Also got Fire Away Friday. Choices are 3 songs from bands that are playing the 20th anniversary show. So you got Psycho from Puddle and Mud, Filter, Can't You Trip Like I Do, or Sponge, Molly, 16 Candles. If you'd like to vote for one of those songs, do so in the chat or hit us up at the Cotter and Marshall Show Facebook page.
I mean, I think the Filter song is possibly the best out of 3. So Can't You Trip Like I Do came off of the Crow 2 soundtrack.
Okay.
So the Crow 2 soundtrack, they did collaborations on every single song.
Oh, wow. I didn't
Some
know
of them
that.
turned out really well. Some of them were just kind of okay. Rage Against the Machine did one with, let me look it up.
They're on both soundtracks then?
Mm-hmm.
Nice. Yeah, this obviously is with the Crystal Method.
Yeah, it was Crow, City of Angels. So you had, let's see. I guess not every track was like that then. Or no, wait, this came off of. I was thinking of something different. So Filter actually added Jurassical to the Crow soundtrack, Crow 2.
Oh, okay.
So was that off the first one? No. I think I messed that up. I totally messed that up, didn't I?
Let's see. Can't You Trip Like I Do?
Yeah, that wasn't. Why did I think it was off this?
From the it's from the Spawn
Spawn,
the album,
Yeah, that's it.
and then from the Filter album Vegas.
Ariava Dantes votes for Sponge. Just heads up there.
Okay.
Once again, we're going to do Fire Away Friday here in just a little bit. As Cotter was saying, feel free to chime in with your votes, guys. We've got, let's see, Puddle of Mud, Psycho, Filter's Can't You Trip Like I Do, or Sponge's Molly, 16 Candles. What song do you want to hear? Go ahead and vote in the chat right now, and we'll play your choice coming up here in just a little bit. Sean says, side note, the Loot Fisk was my wife's idea for you guys for Torture Tuesday.
Passing the buck. I like that. Well played.
Andrew votes for Sponge as well.
Okay. I like that. I've been trying to find stuff. I had the CD forever. Oh, maybe it's on my iPod that I found. Wax Ecstatic from Sponge, I think, is a completely underrated album. Wax Ecstatic's a great song. Have you seen Mary? I want to say there was one more single off of that I don't remember. But a great album. I'll be honest, straight out of all the bands at the 20th anniversary show, most excited to see Sponge.
I can't wait to see Filter.
Yeah.
I mean, it's so Spawn was, I mixed up the Crow 2 soundtrack with the Spawn soundtrack. So Can't You Trip Like I Do was Filter and the Crystal Method, but they had every other group on here had like a collaboration. So Manson did a song with the Sneaker Pips, Long Hard Road Out of Hell. Orbital did a song with Kirk Hammett. Satan was the name of that song. Korn and the Dust Brothers did Kick the PA. Butthole Surfers and Moby did a song. Metallica and DJ Spooky, Stabbing Westward with Wink. Silverchair did a song with Vitro. Henry Rollins did a song with Goldie, Incubus, and DJ Greyboy. Slayer and Atari Teenage Riot. Like, dude, the Spawn soundtrack was the business back in the day. I love that thing. Came out in 1997. How does Mac feel about the word sponge? Oh, that's a really good question. Let me text her.
I'm guessing Sponge is going to be okay. And if it's not, guess who she gets the intro at the 20th anniversary show?
We just send her up there.
All by yourself.
Ladies and gentlemen, Sponge. And then she pukes. How do you feel about the word sponge? ?
All right, we got about a minute 15. Gonna dive into the worst TV movie dads. Yeah, this top 10 list, I think it's garbage.
Jesus.
There is several that I don't see why they're on the list, and the order is just abysmal.
Just looking through the list real quick, there are some interesting choices in here. I mean, I've seen most of these shows. Some of them I haven't. Like there's a Dad from the Outer Banks, which is that Netflix show that came out like a year and a half ago.
The Outer Banks.
It's if you look at the article.
Oh, I didn't go into the article.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, I'm just looking at the top 10.
Okay.
All right, be right back.
Rock 106.1.
In honor of Father's Day, going to run down a list of bad TV and movie dads. And this top 10 is garbage. It's garbage. I think I could have done better. We'll get to that in a second. First, be sure to jump on that stream. Facebook, YouTube, and Twitch. Like, follow, and subscribe. As always, you can listen to the show. All you got to do is download the Rock 106.1 app for free. It's in the App Store and Google Play. You can also get us on your in-home smart speaker. And then, of course, on the website, rock1061.com. So this list of the worst TV movie dads. The order's all messed up for the top 10. Some of these people shouldn't be on this list. They left off some people who should have made the cut. I don't agree with said list.
Well, once again, this is TV and movie dads that are on this list. So let's just start at the bottom, and then you want to go do that?
I think starting at the bottom, working our way up is good. Number 10 is Darth Vader. Now, Darth Vader should be on this list, but come on, shouldn't he be higher? I mean, he tried to get his kid to join the dark side. Mm-hmm. He didn't know where his kids were for how many years, even though they were hid very poorly. They didn't even change the son's name, and they stuck him with his family. Come on.
Well, I mean, maybe he just didn't want to go and, find him that quickly.
I don't know. I mean, he is a horrible father. And should be way at 10 on this list.
I just think your connection to Star Wars, being an uber Star Wars fan, is making you very emotional.
Maybe.
Which all Star Wars fans are emotional to what we found out, especially over this last trilogy. So, no, I'm fine with Darth Vader being number 10 on this list.
Really?
He should definitely be in the top 10. He's there. I'm happy with that.
I agree, top 10. Tywin Lannister from Game of Thrones coming in at number 9. I think 9 is a good choice.
He tried to murder his own children. Not a great dad.
No,
not a great dad.
That's
murdered
fair.
a ton of people.
Yeah.
Not the best dude in the world.
No, but he was a family guy. He was all about his family. I mean, he was.
He truly was, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, so he just really hated one of them. He just really hated one of his kids.
Yeah, and he was also kind of a murderer.
Yes, he was.
And then I think he slept with his son's girlfriend.
That was a thing. Yeah. It was totally
and then they rubbed it in his face. That was awkward, too.
I think number 9 is a good place for him on this list.
He probably deserves to be on the top 10 list as well. Yeah, I agree with this. How is this the worst list? You've just agreed with both.
No. I agreed Darth Vader should be on the list. He should be way higher than 10.
Okay.
I agree Tywin, where he's at, is good.
Okay.
Number 8, Mr. Wormwood from Matilda. I've not seen this movie.
Yeah, I'm not super familiar with this, but Danny DeVito played Mr. Wormwood on the movie Matilda. I mean, Danny DeVito can be swarmy and creepy in general as any character. So
yes.
I'm sure he did a great, fine job here.
Speaking of Danny DeVito, he's the only one to appear on this list twice. Frank Reynolds, It's Always Sunny in Philadelphia.
He is a horrific man on this show. Once again, we're doing the worst TV movie dads of all time currently. Frank Reynolds of Always Sunny in Philadelphia. I mean, his kids are absolute disasters.
Yes.
Dennis and Dee. I mean, yeah, and he didn't even show up until season 2.
But you can make the argument, though, he has made up for that. He has spent how much time with his kids now?
Yeah, he spent almost way too much time with his kids, and he somehow made their lives worse.
That's fair. But I mean, Darth Vader, it should be higher than Frank Reynolds. I would say Tywin should be higher than Frank Reynolds.
Yeah, maybe. I don't know. Frank Reynolds brought us rum ham, so I kind of like him for that. I think he's good at 7.
All right, number 6, Jack Torrance from The Shining. Jack Nicholson, of course, played this in the movie. And yeah, I get this. I mean, I get that he's on the list. But I mean, he was
good to his family for a while.
Until he went crazy.
Yeah. And was that his fault?
No.
I don't think so.
That's why I'm saying I don't know if he should be on the top 10. Yes, he tried to murder his wife and his son's mom.
Yeah, but he didn't. So, like, he had that going for him.
But I mean, once again, you look at the people who are below him, and you're like, almost all of them should be higher. And I agree with you. Until he went crazy at the hotel, was he a bad dad? I don't know. He was just a man trying to, make money for his family.
Right.
So
he seemed like kind of a failure, though. Like, if he's just taking a job to hang out at a hotel over winter time, so maybe he was not a good dad. Maybe he couldn't, provide for his family.
No, so that's true. Maybe. I don't. Well, he was a wannabe writer.
Yeah.
I mean, he took this job so he could try to write a book.
He was a failure on many levels. You know what? Maybe he was a terrible dad.
I don't know if he should make the top 10. I got others that I think are better fits for this list. All right, so we'll get to the top 5 and then some of my entries that I think could have made this list so much better coming up next. It is the Cotter and Marshall Show, Rock 106.1. Here's Aaron Jones, Mercy.
Oh, man, we get tons of comments on this. Greg says, in retrospect, Huxtable may not have been the best dad.
I agree.
I was thinking that maybe Uncle Phil or Carl Winslow would be on the list of best dads. Yeah, I agree with that.
I definitely. Dude, Uncle Phil, yes.
When it comes to Tywin Lannister getting murdered on the crapper from his kid, yeah, that's a good one. Vader, deadbeat dad, wore the mask to avoid being found by DFS. I love that. Wanda said, I want to see Matilda. She goes, I love Matilda. He did a great job of being an ass of a father in it. Perfect.
Okay, I've never seen that movie.
Rhett, we're definitely going to get to Al Bundy. Trust me.
Yeah. Ooh, Clay Morrow from Sons of Anarchy.
Oh, yeah. Well, he was a stepdad. Yeah, I mean, Clay was a stepdad on Sons of Anarchy. He wasn't the true father. Actually, did Clay have any kids in Sons of Anarchy? I don't think he did.
I don't think he did.
Yeah. He just said Jax was his stepson.
I don't remember his conversation with the bartender, Greg. It's been a minute since I've seen it.
Yeah, drop us that info. Remind us.
Yeah, I don't remember. And if there's a pattern, maybe he's a better fit for the list.
Once again, we're going over the worst TV and movie dads in celebration of Father's Day.
It's the only way to celebrate.
So we're doing that this next break, and then we'll also be breaking down Fire Away Friday, get more of your guys' votes for what song we're going to play, and then we'll wrap up this hour with Are You Smarter Than a Community College Dropout Trivia. Mac has not gotten back to me on her thoughts on the word sponge.
Okay.
Obviously concerning. I need to know. And then I think our friend Lauren is actually on vacation right now, so she hasn't messaged me back either.
Yeah,
but we'll get back to that whole should I wear a headband thing. But I think I'm going to.
I think you should.
How much time we got?
Got about a minute.
Okay, cool. I'm gonna jump out and use the restroom after this.
Okay.
Do you have commercials after this?
Yes.
Okay, cool.
So, yes,
So
we'll
I'll
go
have
to
like
commercials.
5-6 minutes
Yep.
at least.
And then a song, so we're good.
Stepdads can be bad, says Wanda. Yeah,
it's true.
Frank Gallagher may be making this list as well, Sean. Maybe the skinny headband from the old Jazzercise classes. That'd be nice. What if I just got like a Street Fighter headband? Like one from Ken or Ryu? Those are pretty dope.
All right, guys, be right back.
The Cotter and Marshall Show. Rock 106.1.
Continuing the list of the worst dads in movies and TV in honor of Father's Day coming up on Sunday. The top 5. Now, I've seen this movie once. I don't really remember it, so maybe he's deserving to be up this high, but I find it hard to believe. I think there's other better options. Randy the Ram Robinson, Mickey Rourke in The Wrestler.
Well, Mickey Rourke just overall is not a great human being, so him playing a bad person in general just makes me believe it anymore. Yeah, I did watch the film as well, but it came out, 15 years ago?
It's been a minute.
Yeah, so I don't quite remember, but I remember it was mostly a relationship about him and his daughter, I think, something to the effect of that.
Yeah, he was a professional wrestler who had a heart condition, and basically was like, if you ever wrestle again, you're going to die. And his daughter did not want him to wrestle again, and he went, yeah, screw you, I'm going to wrestle again. Number 4, I don't think this guy's even in the top 10. Red Foreman from That 70s Show.
He was hilarious. He's the dad I would want to be in the future.
Right. I mean, he's a jerk. He treats his kids like crap. But he's not killing anybody. He's not trying to chase down his wife with an axe.
He's got a heart of gold.
I mean, how is he in the top 10, let alone number 4?
Well, maybe we're not looking at it the right way because of the way he was a jerk. I mean, and years of mental abuse that he laid upon his children and his children's friends.
Yeah.
Maybe he is a terrible person.
Yeah, but I mean,
think about it, man.
More so than some of these others on the list?
Maybe.
No, I disagree. Number 3. This is my, far and away, should be number 1. Frank Gallagher from Shameless.
He's an all-time terrible dad. From, abandoning his children to coming in and mooching off of them, to stealing from them, to giving them drugs, and then, spoiler alert, if you haven't seen the end of Shameless, plug your ears real quick, murdering himself at the end of the show. I mean, like, straight up, he is the worst dad and most selfish dad out there. Yeah, he should be a top 3. Yeah, I agree. He's in the top 3. I agree with
He's
that.
number 1.
You think so?
Hands down, number 1.
I mean, we got 11 seasons with this dude of being a terrible dad, so.
I mean, number 2. Now, number 2, I agree, should be on this list. I think you could flip-flop Darth Vader with this guy. Al Bundy, Married with Children. I mean, he was a horrible father, but you could tell he loved his family in his own weird, bizarre way.
Yeah, I put Red Foreman and Al Bundy kind of on the same level.
Right.
They're both dads who hated being dads.
Yes.
But they did have a heart of gold deep down inside.
So I could take him out of the top 10 and be okay with that, let alone him being at number 2. That is stupid. Stupid. Number 1 on the list. I get, but I don't think, I still go Frank Gallagher goes number 1. Homer Simpson from The Simpsons.
He's one of the most selfish characters in the history of ever.
He beats his kids, chokes out his son. So I get it. I get why he's number 1.
Bought his wife a bowling ball for her birthday with his name on it.
With his name on it.
Yeah.
So I get him, and him and Frank Gallagher 1, 2 easily. But I mean, there's so many people on this list that shouldn't, and I think there's some that should. How about Peter McAllister from Home Alone 1 and Home Alone 2? This guy forgot his kid twice.
Oh, we're not going to bring up the mom like it couldn't be the mom's fault?
No, this is about dads. And he sat there and let his brother yell and demean his kid in the first one, you know, talking about what a horrible person he is. And he just stood there and be like, yep, I guess my son's horrible.
What about Marty Bird from the Ozark Show on Netflix?
Yes.
Talk about a bad dad. He's almost had his entire family killed multiple times.
I'd go with Robin Williams' character, Mrs. Doubtfire. Talking about messing up your kids. I know he tried to do it because he loved his kids and all this stuff, but he tried to sabotage their life, you know, with a potential new stepfather just because he was selfish and immature. I mean, that is long-term counseling from here on out for those kids.
I don't see anything wrong with what he did. You're a monster for even bringing it up.
What about Walter White from Breaking Bad?
He was fine.
How is he fine?
Well, up until the point where he started making meth.
Yes.
But he did it for the family. Actually, it turns out, no, he did it for him.
Exactly. Initially for the family. How about Rick Sanchez from Rick and Morty?
I guess he is a father. Yeah,
He is?
Best father, yeah. Well, he left for a while, but he came back.
And
he's trying to make up for lost time.
Is he, though?
And he's hanging out with Beth's kid. Morty?
I don't know. He is the most selfish character, always drunk, always. I mean, there's so many dimensions in that TV show. How many times has he probably just killed his own kid, whether it be accident or experiments gone wrong? I mean, how many times?
Rick Sanchez and I have something in common where we both realize that nothing really matters. So I think what he does is fine. It's absolutely fine.
I don't know. This topic is fun to me, but I think this list put together, not up to snuff. Not very happy with it. Not happy with it at all. All right, coming up next, we got Fire Away Friday. Your chance to pick a song we're going to play. 3 bands that are all playing our 20th anniversary concert. Here's what's up for your vote. Puddle of Mud Psycho, Can't You Trip Like I Do from Filter, or Sponge's Molly 16 Candles. You can vote now in the chat. You can text it in 800-394-1061 or vote on the Cotter and Marshall Facebook page. Fire Away Friday is coming up next. Rock 1061.
Yeah, Raven Dantes goes, wait, Homer, but not Peter Griffin? Peter Griffin, I don't know. The Simpsons has been on for like 25 years. So we've had 25 years of bad fathering from Homer Simpson. I think Peter's probably a better or worse dad, but we just haven't seen the long-termness from him yet.
Rhett, yes. John Winchester in, I can't think of the name of the show, but I know which one you're talking about.
What is it?
I can't think of the show. What's the name of the show?
Winchester. I don't know what you're talking about, man.
Rhett commenting about...
no, I've read it. I have no idea.
Supernatural. Thank you. There we go. Supernatural.
Oh, never seen it.
Al Bundy had a reputation. Homer, but not Peter Griffin. Cousin Eddie. Yeah, no. Ooh, that's a good call. Cousin Eddie, definitely a good call. Calling Mrs. Doubtfire a bad. I'm just saying the emotional impact that has on your kids. Come on.
I don't know. I can't back you up here, man. You're on your own.
No, I stand by it. All right, you can vote now. Right now, Sponge is leading for Fire Away Friday. Once again, Puddle of Mud Psycho, Filter, Can't You Trip Like I Do, and Sponge, Molly 16 Candles. Those are your options today for Fire Away Friday. After that, Are You Smarter Than a Community College Dropout? We'll see who they select today, myself or Marshall. Thank you to everybody hanging out on a Friday. Rick and Shane from The Walking Dead. Yeah, good call. We've got one show next week. We'll be in studio on Monday. And then after that, we're out. Or I'm out Tuesday through Friday. Marshall will be here, but it'll be a best of. There will be blood. I have seen it, and I was comparing this list to some other list just to see what else was out there. And Daniel Day-Lewis's character made the cut on several of those lists. I just don't remember. I've only seen the movie once, and I don't remember it. I didn't remember it well enough. But yeah, he made the cut on several other lists as well. All right, beer for breakfast. Eric Loy from Silver Bluff Brewing is going to be in. They're out of Brunswick. Can't wait for that. Of course, end the show with Marshall's Music News. Thanos, he's a dad. Good call. Thanos, yes. All right. Sorry, guys. Just trying to get that. Yes, Thanos is a terrible dad. Tony Soprano, yes. Ken, that's an awesome choice. Yes, he's a horrible father. So many. I didn't even mention Ego. He was on my list from Guardians of the Galaxy 2. Talk about a douche. Jesus. All right, checking the Facebook page to see if we had any votes for Fire Away Friday. We've got we got like 7 minutes still, plenty of time. No votes there, no votes via the text. All right, so we're back to this. Churchill, one daughter killed the other and the rest of the world. Yep, 100%. Thanos should be number one. You're right, man. He wiped out half of the freaking population. Gave no S's about his kids. If you're looking for something to do tonight, remember there is Coastal Empire Wrestling that goes down at the Southbound Brewing Company. I believe bell time is 7 o'clock. That should be a lot of fun. I'll be your ring announcer for the evenings. Come on out, grab a beer, say hi. Marshall's Music News today got stories about Van Halen. Stain's got some new songs. Black Crowes got some new songs. We'll see if we can get to all three of those stories. I am not wrestling this time, Greg. I'm just doing the ring announcing. Hopefully, I will have a match here in the future. But right now, tonight, just doing some ring announcing. I will wear my boots. Got to break them in still. But we'll be there. If you haven't been to a show yet, honestly, they do such a good job. I'm so happy something's finally here in Savannah. It's long overdue. Let's see. I don't remember the trivia questions I wrote. Yeah, shouldn't be too bad. I think my round of trivia is pretty easy today. Question: anybody been? He might be. He's talking to A-Dub right now, but he might have pulled an A-Dub before talking to A-Dub. Anything's possible. So going to Universal next week with the family. Both the kids, big Harry Potter fans. My wife and I, big Harry Potter fan. So excited to finally go. Have never been. If any of you guys have gone, what's the one thing we got to make sure we do? We're doing one day in each park, so we'll be going to both. But if you guys have been to Universal, what's the one thing we have to make sure we do while we're there? So I'm looking forward to it. It is going to be fun. One name was thrown out that easily could have been number one, Thanos, as the worst father.
Yeah, he wasn't really a father.
Yeah, but he was. Oh.
Who the hell would Thanos even... If he was a real father, who would he knock up? He would murder whoever he had sex with.
He's a stepdad. Stepdads can be crappy fathers. Adopted father, or, you know. All right, we got about 1:20. Unless there's any last-minute votes. Looks like Sponge is picking up the win.
All right. Is Marshall off to an A-Dub? No.
Better than Vicking himself at the office. True story.
I just went and grabbed a drink, and then I got talking to Aaron about some show stuff, and that was what I was doing.
Oh, God, that's the Hard Islands of Adventure Park just had so much. I asked if there's one thing we had to do while at Universal. What is it?
That's a really good question. I mean, I think you have to ride as pretty much all the Harry Potter rides.
Yeah.
The Gringotts ride is probably my favorite.
Okay.
Yeah, from the area that you walk in and like just hang out while waiting to ride it.
Right.
Probably like overall immersive experience. I thought that was probably the coolest.
Yeah, we'll do all of the Harry Potter stuff and then try to squeeze in anything else. That's probably going to be what we do.
Yeah. I really like the Simpsons ride, man.
Oh, really?
It's kind of silly. I mean,
yeah, okay with silly, though.
Yeah, it's like you get into like some sort of car thing and then you run through the town of Springfield.
Oh, that's cool, though.
Yeah, I really like the Simpsons ride. The Hulk roller coaster wasn't open, so I couldn't ride that, but I rode a couple of them there.
All right, cool. Be right back, guys.
Rock 1061.
Heading into the weekend, Drunk Line is open.
Stop doing that.
800-394-1061.
Stop doing that, man.
1061. If you are out drinking at all this weekend, one, be safe. Don't drink and drive.
Hey, I'm drinking this weekend, Cotter.
Oh.
You know what I'm going to do?
Not call the Drunk Line?
Yeah, I'm not going to call the Drunk Line. I'm not going to say I'm going to do something when I probably won't. But I'm going to try.
I'll probably have a couple beers. I doubt I will be drunk this weekend, so I will not be calling.
Oh, are you satisfied with your life? Are you better than us? Mister, I'm not going to get drunk this weekend.
No, not at all. Trust me.
I have to get drunk every weekend to forget that.
Trust me. But if you want to call the drunk line, feel free to do so. 800-394-1061. If you get a mean day drunk on, call us then. We don't care.
Dude, getting as old as we are, I love day drunk.
We've talked about this before. Day drinking is the way to go.
I'm so sick of night drinking. I've been drunk so many times at night. I like to be drunk when the sun's out now.
Yeah, I do too.
Yeah.
You get
just different.
You get drunk, you go home, you pass out. It's perfect.
And that's why, like, when you get older in life, when you retire and stuff, like, you get drunk in the morning then. Like,
your drinking just keeps getting earlier the older you get.
Exactly.
Oh, I love this.
No.
Oh, dude, this is great.
No, that's a good take. I know.
This is the best take. All right, so call the drunk line this weekend, 800-394-1061. Leave us a voicemail, and we may play it back on Monday. All right, Fire Away Friday, 3 songs from the bands who are playing our concert, the 20th anniversary show on Saturday, July 3rd. Puddle of Mud Psycho, Can't You Trip Like I Do from Filter, and then Sponge's Molly 16 Candles. I really thought it'd be the Filter song.
I love that song, man.
I think it's a great song, but it was not. We're going with Sponge, the guys that will take the stage after the 2 local bands, Whaleboat and Lilac. Here is Sponge. It's Molly 16 Candles. Fire Away Friday. Rock 1061.
Tony says, I think being able to maintain conversations about family, fun, masturbating, and shitting is a little concerning. Or are we uber talented at multitasking?
They said not to multitask.
Yeah, and we don't even like to multitask. That's how great we are at doing this. All right, guys, up next, we got Are You Smarter Than a Community College Dropout Trivia? After that, hopefully, Eric Loy will be here.
Did he never get back to you?
He never emailed me back. I'll check my email again. But nope. But I emailed him yesterday at 6:04 a.m. just saying, hey, man, just checking in again. He said that we're good to go, so hopefully we are. If you need anything, here's my cell phone.
We'll be good.
Yeah. If anything, I do have I have the emergency beer in my fridge.
Okay.
Just as a backup, just in case. I always keep it just in case. Boys, what happened to Crash moving to the station? Says Jim in Savannah.
He's on middays, but he does that out of Myrtle. So he is not going to be moving into Savannah. He's just doing it from Myrtle.
And he's on from 11 until 3 every day?
Correct. Yeah. Correct.
Does being high as hell count as being drunk?
Yes, it does.
Those would be some interesting phone calls. Yeah, dude.
I think we've had a couple high calls.
Yeah.
I think we have. Yeah.
Yeah, Andrew, seriously, call the drunk line this weekend, but, like, come up with a mind-blowing idea. I always love high ideas. Those are some of my favorites, man.
The bum. Yeah, dude, it'd be cool to have Crash actually in Savannah. He's a cool guy.
His wife works at Ripley's or something, like in Myrtle Beach, I think.
Okay.
She's got a real job. He's just got the radio job.
Sounds like a plan.
Yeah, just like, high thoughts, high ideas. They're some of my favorites, man. Okay. Excuse me.
Once we're playing the trivia, I'm going to run and print out that stuff for the Safe Touch so we can just knock that out at 10.
Sure. Excuse me again. Good
All
Lord.
right. Under a minute. Like I said, Sponge is the band I'm most excited to see at the 20th anniversary show. It has been, how old am I? 45? It has been over 2 decades since I've seen them live.
I don't think I've seen Sponge live ever.
So they opened up for Candlebox, show at the Peoria Civic Center. So in the 90s, they released a compilation disc of bands doing theme songs from cartoons. So they did Speed Racer. So good. So it was around the time that came out, and they actually played it in concert. It was fun.
So you're going to request it?
I'm not going to be that guy, but my fingers are going to be crossed if they play it.
We're paying them to play our show.
I know.
You tell them you play that song.
Play Speed Racer. All right, be right back, guys. It is time to play some trivia. Are you smarter than a community college dropout? Brought to you by the Savannah Bar Crawl. Their next crawl is coming up Saturday, July 3rd. Day sound familiar? Yes, it does. It's the day of our show. So use this as your pregame. Go hit the bar crawl, then make your way down to Trustees Garden and hang with us for the big show. But right now, we need somebody to take us on to trivia, Marshall.
Yeah, and exactly as Cotter mentioned, Savannah Bar Crawl, they got that big bar crawl. We'll hook you up with a pair of passes to go do that for free. And then, yes, then you can stumble right into our show and wrap up your entire night. So call us up, 1-800-394-1061. The first caller will score free passes and take one of us on. And are you smarter than a community college dropout trivia?
Rock 1061, who's this?
It's Brenton.
Brenton, what's going on, man?
A little hungover, but we're good.
All right, who do you want to take on today, myself or Marshall?
Marshall, let's do it.
All right, sounds good. All right, Marshall's going to put on the headphones. You know the drill. 7 questions, 60 seconds. Your time will start as soon as I finish question number 1. If you don't know the answer to the question and want to pass, feel free to do so. We got time at the end. We will come back to it. With that said, are you ready?
Let's go.
All right, here we go. Tom Brady has the most Super Bowl victories as a quarterback at 6. Name one of the 2 quarterbacks who are tied for second with 4.
Joe Montana?
Correct. Dead or alive, actor Warren Beatty?
Dead.
Incorrect. In 2018, what company became the first public... In 2018, what company became the first public company to be worth $1 trillion? Amazon, Apple, or Facebook?
Amazon.
Incorrect. What bounty hunter captures Han Solo in The Empire Strikes Back?
Boba Fett.
Correct. What country music legend was played by Joaquin Phoenix in the movie Walk the Line?
Johnny Cash.
Correct. El Capitan is a famous vertical rock formation in what national park? Badlands, Yellowstone, or Yosemite?
Badlands.
Incorrect. What geometric shape is generally used for stop signs?
Octagon.
That is correct. All right, Marshall. Brenton got 4 out of 7.
See, four is that line, man. You never know how it's going to go.
All right, Brenton, hang tight. Hang tight. We'll be right back to you. See how Marshall does. You know the drill. 7 questions, 60 seconds. Your time will start as soon as I finish. Question number 1. Here we go. Tom Brady has the most Super Bowl victories as a quarterback at 6. Name one of the 2 quarterbacks who are tied for second with 4.
Joe Montana.
That is correct. Dead or alive, actor Warren Beatty?
Alive?
That is correct. In 2018, what company became the first public company to be worth $1 trillion? Amazon, Apple, or Facebook?
Oh, that's a good one. Apple?
Correct. What bounty hunter captures Han Solo in The Empire Strikes Back?
I feel like this is a trick question. Boba Fett?
Correct. What country music legend was played by Joaquin Phoenix in the movie Walk the Line?
Oh, Johnny Cash.
That is correct. El Capitan is a famous vertical rock formation in what national park? Badlands, Yellowstone, or Yosemite?
Badlands.
Incorrect. What geometric shape is generally used for stop signs?
Octagon?
That is correct.
See me drawing it?
He was drawing an octagon with his pen. All right, Brenton, Marshall got you today. He got 6 out of 7.
Woo!
Overachiever.
Hey, you're hungover. We'll give this.
That's true.
Chalk it up to being hungover, man. No big deal.
All right, guys.
All right, man. Marshall will reach out and get everything you need for the tickets, man.
All right, man.
All right, thanks. All right, let's go over the correct answers. Tom Brady's got the most Super Bowl victories as a quarterback at 6, but Joe Montana and Terry Bradshaw.
Bradshaw. Oh, yeah, he does have 4. Yeah, okay.
Tied for second with 4. Warren Beatty is still alive. Ned Beatty, unfortunately, passed away the other day. Warren Beatty, 84 years old. 2018, Apple became the first public company to be worth $1 trillion. Yes, Boba Fett caught Han Solo in Empire Strikes Back. Joaquin Phoenix played Johnny Cash. El Capitan is in Yosemite National Park.
Yeah, sure.
And in the shape of a stop sign, traditionally, the octagon. The Octagon.
The Octagon, yeah.
We are back Monday, another round of Are You Smarter Than Community College Dropout Trivia. Listen up around 8:30, your chance to call in and play, all brought to you by the Savannah Bar Crawl. It's Cotter and Marshall, Rock 106.1.
All right, guys, we're going to take a small break from the audio on the chat so Cotter can edit that up. I'll put records into the chat. We'll be right back.
It is time to play Are You Smarter Than Cotter and Marshall Show, Rock 106.1. Let's play Are You Smarter Than a Community College Dropout, brought to you by the Savannah Bar Crawl. We got Brenton on the line. Brenton, how you feeling today? All right. Should be back.
All right, guys. Thanks for hanging around with us. Cotter just finished up editing up the audio for Are You Smarter Than a Community College Dropout Trivia? Our friend Liquid has joined the chat. He missed the trivia we did live, but no big deal. You can rewind and watch that whenever you want. Greg said that I was going to show up wearing a Cobra Kai headband for the show. I told him no mercy, just to clear that up.
We have played some Dirty Heads in the past, but nothing in regular rotation. We actually, there was a song that we played last weekend for the 20th anniversary weekend. It came out however many years ago. I think we're on 2010.
Yeah.
But not necessarily in a regular rotation, obviously, for either of them.
Brad's actually has a great opinion here. He goes, the second becomes kosher in Georgia, I propose a rotation of beer for breakfast and high day Friday.
Goes back to the conversation we had the other day. Unless it's federally legal, it still kind of prohibits us from doing anything with it because we're governed by a federal body.
But what if we had someone run the board for us? Could we get high?
I don't know.
Like Elon Musk on the Joe Rogan podcast high?
I don't think so. I think it's something that people would want to stay away from.
That's a shame. That's a shame.
But I love the idea.
I would be kind of terrible, I think, high. It depends on what kind of stuff I was doing.
Yeah, I think if we did a high day Friday, we'd have to do like edibles.
Yeah, but there's certain brands of edibles, like certain strains of weed. Some will make you sleepy and sink in, and other ones will get you going. Like I would need to get some getting you going.
Yeah,
edibles.
we couldn't do sleepy. That'd be a bad idea.
I would just sit there and be like this. And be paranoid the whole time.
Dude, I've heard that about Dirty Heads. I hear they're great live. And they were supposed to play Savannah.
Yeah, they were actually supposed to play at the Trustees Gardens where we're holding our show a couple of years back.
I don't remember why the show ended up getting canceled, but they didn't happen.
Oh, Eric just texted me. He just got into the parking lot.
Okay, cool.
All right, so I'm going to go grab Eric, let him hang in the lobby, get him water before we pound beer into him.
That's fair.
And then grab some glasses first, and then I'll be right back.
Okay. I think, like I said, we would have to be legal on a federal level before radio stations could touch it. Even after that, I still think there would be a little bit of hesitation just because I still think there'd be a lot of gray area. So it sounds awesome in theory, but practicality, I don't know how much can be done. Went for Sublime, became a bigger fan of Dirty Heads. Sublime sounded really great. I mean, it's like I've heard Dirty Heads are great live. I'm, obviously never got to see Sublime with Bradley, but I would love to see Sublime with Rome, man. It's like they're one of those bands that you forget how many songs that they have that you truly know. And it's just like you just go see them live and you're like, oh, that one, yep, that one, yep. So that's cool.
All right. Our guest has arrived. Got the glasses for the beer, and then I'm just going to test out cameras and make sure we're good.
Coming up after this break, got brand new stuff, or after this, and then the commercials, brand new stuff from Volbeats. Wait a minute, my girl. Then we'll get into the top of the hour and some beer for breakfast. See what's playing at Coach's this weekend. For you to check out.
Last week they had a Foreigner cover band.
That's true. Should have just gone to that. Save yourself some money.
Should have saved myself some money.
Oh, there we go. All right. Upcoming events. This weekend, Back in Black, Saturday night. AC/DC cover band. Ooh, Thomas Claxton and the Myth.
I like them.
Oh, that's next weekend. Oh, it looks like there's only one show this weekend.
Oh, okay.
All right, just the one show this weekend, but next weekend, yeah, Thomas Claxton and the Myth. That's awesome. Local guys. Oh, Elton John tribute. Beyond the Yellow Brick Road. That would be fun. I bet.
That'd be interesting.
Purple Madness, a Prince tribute's coming. Rocker, never heard of them. Chicago Authority, the premier Chicago tribute band. That would be cool.
Chicago Authority is what I call my wife. bitch.
Pandora's Box is coming up. Oh, Pink Floyd tribute, Styx tribute, Slippery When Wet. This is one I'd love to see. The Petty Hearts, Tom Petty tribute show. That I'd like to go to. They played there before.
Cool.
So cool.
Okay, so I'm going to run out to the lobby, say hi to Eric. I'll break down what we're doing today. And then I'll bring him in here in about 5 minutes after that. So I'm going to go say hi, and I'll be right back. I just let him in and told him to sit down.
Okay. The plan is yes, we'll be at Welcome to Rockville. That is the plan. I don't know if we're going to hang out too much on Sunday. My wife will be back into teaching, so I think we'll probably bail Sunday morning, so she's not up late trying to get up on Friday. Got a guest coming in, man. Got to make sure it didn't stink. Getting up at 3 a.m. can be hectic. Got to remember if I put on deodorant or not. I remember seeing Styx in Savannah several years ago. Pretty sure Rocker's local band. Thank you. They're new. They're good. Not a cover band. Thursday to Sunday this year. Yeah, we'll definitely be there Thursday because I want to see Nine Inch Nails. We'll be there Thursday, Friday, Saturday. Yeah, we'll probably leave Sunday morning. It'd probably be the plan. My wife will come down Saturday, Sunday. Or Friday, Saturday. She'll leave after work on Friday and come down. Gonna catch Peter Karp in Bluffton, get some blues. I like that. I mean, honestly, if you guys just like some live music, I seriously recommend the Thursday Throwdown open mic at Coach's. I will eventually get back there. It was just cool. Bunch of different artists, all ages. Guitar, drums, like I said, a dude with an accordion. I wish I could have stuck around to see him play, but it was really fun. I mean, it's just really amazing to see a great local talent just coming up and just jamming. It was cool. My trailer camping. Come sign by see me at the trailer. I'll be there. Cool, man. Yeah, we'll connect as it gets closer. And because you're going to have to remind me, it's in November. I'll forget what I'm doing tomorrow. But yeah, I'm down. It'll be fun.
Boy, oh boy, Cotter.
What?
So I was just talking to our guest.
Yeah.
Apparently, you and him have a little bit of history.
Do we?
Yeah, a little bit of history.
What's our history?
I'll let him tell you.
Okay, fair enough.
There's some interesting stuff. I don't need that. You can get rid of that. Yeah, there's some stuff between you two that we can definitely go over. So I'm going to bring Eric Loy from Silver Bluff Brewing coming in here in just a few moments. We'll bring him in and we'll get him on a little bit early.
Let me see a picture. Maybe do I know Eric? You know how I am with names.
Like you don't understand them? Yeah, I know.
Yeah, I know.
Did you answer Rhett's question here?
No, I haven't. You came in and were talking.
So I have a radio industry question. How do you get a show syndicated? What would it take to get y'all to the likes of two guys named Chris or Bobby Bones? Both those guys did their morning shows for years. Hi.
Yo. Oh, okay. Fair enough.
Those guys did their shows for years. I mean, before they even got picked up by other radio stations. So I mean, once you start a morning show and once it actually becomes reasonably popular, and on top of that, financially, doable, as in like the amount of money they pay us as opposed to the amount of money they make off of us. Then at that point, coupled with ratings, it could be possibilities of syndication down the line. But I'll tell you what, I'm not going to lie to you. The last thing I'm thinking about is syndication at this point. With us 3 months into the show, I just would like to make the show better overall. And it's very cool that you guys like the show, and we love that you like the show. We're trying to put something together that is very approachable, and you can hang with us all morning long like a lot of you do. But yeah, I would like to feel like the show is humming and absolutely going before even trying to think we should be on more radio stations.
Yeah. No, I agree. Usually it's the process of, like Marshall said, it takes years. You've been together. You've proven the fact that you can work in the market and do well. I mean, there have been instances of shows put together specifically for syndication, but that's not us. And those are usually involving somebody who has a comedian, C-level celebrity, that is looking to get into something.
Nick Cannon.
Yes. I guess he's probably more than a C-level.
Definitely C.
But yeah, so I mean, down the road, maybe it's something we can look into. I would just honestly, first thing for me, get us a producer. that's priority number one, long-term kind of goals for me.
Yeah, if we get a producer, that would help with phone calls, getting them on the air. We would never have to take breaks from the stream.
Correct.
Because the producer would then
edit everything,
yep. And then put it on. They would cue us up with certain things, like obviously a third person on the show, not even like in a third chair, as like a person that's always on camera, that's always on with us. Just a producer overall would be really cool. Yeah,
producer. I mean, somebody who can be a third voice. That would be my first. If you had to put together a wish list, that'd be first.
So I'm gonna go ahead and bring Eric in if you're cool with that.
Yeah, that's fine.
And then we'll chat about the brewery and then how the connection he has with you.
Sure. And
then we'll jump on the air. I already broke down how we do the breaks, and he's very familiar with how we're doing it. So I'll be right back.
Okay. I mean, and they have, and what's cool about the broadcasting, they have a track record with syndicating shows. Two guys named Chris. That is their show. I mean, it's theirs. It runs out of a corporate office in Greensboro, and they have another show that's on Hot 98.3, Jared and Katie, that they're starting to get syndicated. So I really, they have a track record. We're not there yet. That we'll just go with that.
All right, joining us on camera right now from Silver Bluff Brewing, it is Eric Loy. You're the sales director there?
Yes, yeah. Which it's a very cool title in theory, but I'm a one-man team because we're a brand new brewery.
So you're directing yourself.
I'm directing myself.
Yes.
So I like having meetings with our chain team, with our sales reps. Because it's a one-man meeting, so so I get to treat myself pretty well.
It's short and to the point. All right, so Marshall says we have a history. I apologize because I'm horrible with names and faces. I'm old and forgetful.
No, it's all good. It's just the last time you saw me, I was getting put through a door.
Put through a door.
Yeah, since you're also into the same wrestling stuff that I am.
Okay.
So
which door?
At the Coastal Empire Wrestling Show. I've known Voodoo and those guys for a while. And,
awesome.
So
got a wrestling connection. I like this.
Wrestling connection.
I like this a lot.
So, I mean, you guys were probably within feet of each other. Did you guys talk?
I mean, a little bit. He had his thing to do, and I had my thing to do, and all that too. So, I mean, like, I've been involved in wrestling in some form for probably close to 21 years now.
Oh, damn.
But yeah, because I know you do the ring announcing then from time to time as well too. So
yeah, I'll be there tonight doing the ring announcing for the show.
I'll be there tonight as well.
Nice.
Are you wrestling tonight?
I'm a referee there, and I also help. Just because I have a lot of history and I've been around for a while, then I help guys with their matches and stuff like that then too. But I'm not getting put through a door tonight.
That's a plus,
which is nice.
Well, I'm not going now. That's bullshit. I don't want to go.
Or maybe I will.
All right. Well, that's awesome, man. So
let me get this switched over real quick.
Yeah. So you're a CEW guy.
I am, yeah.
Since day one.
Well, not since day one. So
fake fan.
Give me 1 second, guys. 1 second.
Hold on.
All right, there we go.
Yeah, the on-air light. You mean it's not turning on? Yeah, it's not. It stopped doing it midweek this week.
Yeah, I saw that.
Yeah.
Okay, sorry about that. Go ahead.
No, so I haven't worked with them since the first day.
Right.
I moved back to Savannah in October, and I went to one of the shows. I ran into Voodoo and all them.
Yeah.
Just kind of because I had moved back. I hadn't worked in wrestling in a while. I had just kind of introduced myself like, hey, if you guys ever need anybody, I would love to work with you guys. And then me and Voodoo went out the night before Thanksgiving. I think between us, we each drank a bottle of Screwball.
Yep.
Damn.
And you got diabetes.
Got diabetes. And then after a while, he was kind of like, man, I don't know what I'm going to do for my show in January. I'm kind of struggling. I don't think I have a referee for it. And I'm like, I'll do it.
Yeah.
I didn't remember that conversation. I didn't remember that conversation until about a week before the show in January. And then he had texted me like on Monday or something. Hey man, just making sure that you're still good to go for this week. I'm like, what? So I didn't remember that. Had to go to Dick's and buy a referee shirt.
Yeah.
But it's just like riding a bike. So I mean, like I said, I've worked in it in some form since high school. So I grew up in Philly. So I worked with the original ECW up there.
Nice.
I worked for Combat Zone, worked for Ring of Honor. So I've had a lot of different things that I've done over the years. So
how did you get into it?
Got into it because a buddy of mine that I went to high school with was the ring announcer for a group called Pennsylvania Championship Wrestling.
Okay.
That's where Edge and Christian and Rhino and all them all got their start.
Okay.
It's when Edge was still known as Sexton Hardcastle, which is probably one of the coolest names ever.
Great
Why
name.
don't you use that name?
I mean, I'm pretty sure that it's available.
Yeah, it's true. He ain't using it anytime soon.
Yeah.
That's awesome, man. That's very cool.
Sexton Hardcastle is what Edge's name?
When he was in the Indies.
Hardcastle.
Sexton Hardcastle.
He was also a part of a group called Revolution X, which was kind of like the independence version of D-Generation X. So it was pretty funny.
Damn, dude. That's all. That's some wrestling history I never knew.
Yeah.
Sexton Hardcastle. Can our next part-time on-air person call that?
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah, like don't even give him an opportunity. Guy or girl works for both.
Crash, you're just Sexton Hardcastle now.
You got a new name. All right, so I've got tons of questions about Silver Bluff, and we'll get to them on the air here, but I really didn't know too much about the brewery, honestly.
Well, you shouldn't because we're brand new. So
like how brand new?
We opened up in July of last year.
Oh, dang, okay.
Opening up right in the middle of COVID.
Pandemic.
Super easy.
Well, what was kind of good about that was it kind of forced us. So I came on board with the brewery in February.
Okay.
I've worked in craft beer for over 10 years. A lot of national and regional breweries. I worked in distribution. I sold beer to Disney. So if you've ever taken kids or friends of yours have taken kids to Disney and had a good time, you're welcome.
Thank you. I have.
I try to make that experience as bearable as possible for people. So I spent a lot of time in Orlando with that. So unfortunately, when everything happened with COVID, I was a COVID layoff back in March, and it was kind of nice because working in craft beer is super exhausting. So it was kind of nice to have that break for a little while, and then after the dust had settled, I was like, you know what, I didn't want to move to a town just for a job where I didn't know anybody. So I chose to move back to Savannah because I had lived here in 2012. I was one of the original openers then for the World of Beer.
Okay.
Over in downtown, had a pretty good history here.
Yeah.
I still covered this area with my old job, so I was here all the time. So never felt like I really moved.
Right.
So I chose to move back here, and then I got hooked up with the owners at Silver Bluff because they were looking to expand outside of their home market.
Right.
So I got on board with them on the 1st of February.
Okay.
Then we started selling beer in Savannah then as well.
Okay.
But the opening up in the middle of COVID kind of forced us to change our models, where a lot of people try to sell as much beer out of the tap room as possible. At first, we kind of shifted that to where we went straight into the world. So that as we were slowly able to open up the tap room, we would be able to build up the excitement. People get to try it, and then actually be able to come and check out the tap room then as well.
You'll probably tell that story here again in about 45 seconds. All right, guys, be right back. It is the Cotter and Marshall Show. We've got beer for breakfast brought to you by Coach's Corner in Thunderbolt. You can check them out with Back in Black, AC/DC tribute band coming up tomorrow night in the Sound Garden. Get more details at coaches.net. Joined in studio by Eric Lowell, the Silver Bluff Brewing sales director. You've been there since about February. Now, this brewery opened up in July of 2020. So it's a brand new brewery, opened up during the pandemic, which has got to be a challenge unto itself.
Yeah, and I mean, it was definitely a unique way to kind of start, but we had started to brew beer, prior to that, and we had, it was one of the situations where we wanted to get it out in the world. Obviously, things had changed where we had to do a lot of, normally when you open up a brewery, the goal is to get as many people to come to the brewery as possible right away. We kind of had to shift it. We just kind of had to shift what our goal was and try to put as much beer out in the world as we could first, and then kind of build up that excitement so that as we could slowly reopen the tap room, get more and more people that already knew the beer. Right. Which is kind of the opposite how things usually go. But when the world is happening the way it is, you just kind of got to roll with it.
So I noticed on the website, silverbluff.com, which is the brewery's website, I was going through like the About Me section, or just the About section, the History section, and they had some really cool stuff on there. But one thing that I noticed that they had on there was an announcement of someone very special joining the brewery, Brody Pierce. Now, this happened as head brewer, but I noticed that you weren't even announced on the website. So why do they hate you?
I mean, I'm trying to figure that out myself. I think I've been doing pretty good for them,
right?
But a lot of
not good enough, though.
I mean,
you're not on the website.
Well, I mean, I think they're doing it because they probably want to keep me humble, because if they throw me on the website right away, I'm gonna get cocky. It's gonna go to my head,
right?
So I'm sure that's probably just it. I'm gonna have to have a conversation with them now about that because I thought by now maybe I might be, but. Every time I go there, they don't ask me to take my picture yet. So, so I think until that happens, because I don't think they want any of the ones that I would send.
Well, here's the thing, and I don't know if you've noticed this or not. I mean, when it comes to the craft brew industry, there's like a stereotypical kind of look for guys.
Correct.
You don't look like those
I know,
guys.
It's great.
You have a baby face.
I do.
You don't have like a pair of glasses and a very large beard. So are you in craft beer?
I mean, what's cool about it is I get to kind of lay low.
Yeah.
People only know that I work in beer if I tell them. Because if I had the beard and all that, people just want to talk to me all the time about beer. So it's kind of nice to go a little bit, incognito.
Do you look like an accountant?
Oh, thank you.
I mean, you're wearing a Hawaiian shirt today. You look like you're about to go to the beach. Like you're missing just the sunblock on your nose, and I'm like, that dude he probably has never drank a beer in his life.
Well, it's funny you say that because I grew up in a very small town outside of Philadelphia. We had one cop and one traffic light, all that type of stuff. I was a Mike's Hard Lemonade drinker all through high school.
I knew it.
And a lot of that, like all my friends that I went to high school with, think it's really funny that I've worked in craft beer for a little over 10 years now, because that's all I drank in high school. And I'm like, well, when I was in high school, you would buy kegs of like old mud. I'm like, no wonder I didn't want to drink it. So it's just kind of one of those situations where it's just kind of funny.
You were a beer snob before being a beer snob was cool.
I mean, it's just kind of funny to see how things were. It's kind of like now that's when you work in craft beer long enough, the old mud is what you go back to.
I know, right?
So it's like you get really, really into craft beer, and you're like, oh, I want to drink all these crazy stouts, the super sour this, hazy this, and then at the end of that, you're like, hey man, can I just get a PBR?
Yeah,
because
it's my go-to.
So how did you get into craft beer then? I mean, what was your introduction?
So my introduction was I was one of the openers of the World of Beer in downtown Savannah.
Okay.
In 2012, I had lived in Tampa at that time. That's where it started. That brand originally started just as one bar and one bottle shop, and just kind of expanded to the national presence that it is now.
Oh, wow.
So I was around that brand for a while. I believe the World of Beer in Savannah was the 7th one to open.
Okay.
Around there. So it was still very early. And a lot of the first ones that opened were just people that went to the bars in Tampa. And then they're like, hey, I want to open one. I want to open one. And then it kind of expanded out like that.
Okay.
So at that point, I didn't have any experience in beer at all.
Okay.
I was friends with some of the people that were opening the one here. At that time, I had played poker as my job. I've done a lot of weird stuff.
Nice.
No kidding.
So at that time, I had played poker as my job, and I didn't really have anything else going on. I'm like, hey, I'll come work in a bar, and had no idea what the hell I was doing. But I learned a lot, and I learned it was something that I really enjoyed because I'm a people person, and I'm not somebody that's going to make a cocktail for you, but I can pour you a beer and I can talk to you about the beer and just talk about life for a while. So it just became an industry that I just really enjoyed for being in back of the bar. And then I got tired of the late nights. And then usually the transition you get to is working in bars. You see a lot of supplier reps and a lot of people that work for a bunch of distributors and things like that. And that's usually the transition that you make from there. So going from a bartender, then I moved back to Orlando. I started selling beer to Disney for, a while, which was a lot of fun.
You got Mickey Mouse drunk, dude. That's awesome.
And what was crazy about it was everyone's like, oh, you just get to go to Disney all the time. I'm like, well, I had an OP ID, which means that I could get into the park as an operating partner, but I couldn't go through the front door. And I'm in Disney all the time, not being able to go on the rides.
Yeah.
And I'm like, people are like, oh, you're at Disney all the time. I bet you have a lot of fun. I'm like, no, I'm weaving in and out of the kitchens, trying to find people to get orders and things like that too. So kind of a little bit of a different experience, but also great at the same time.
Yeah.
Now with the Disney thing, curious. I mean, so were you able to like introduce them to beers, going, "Hey, I think this would fit. This would work."
Absolutely. And what was really cool about working with a company like them is that they didn't really care so much about how the beer tasted. They were very big on branding.
Okay.
So if you came to them with a beer that had a cool name that fit some theme that they had in there, they were all about it, which I can definitely appreciate because, I mean, one example, it wasn't a beer that I sold, but there was a beer by a brewery out of Colorado called Great Divide. They made a beer called the Yeti, which is a barrel-aged imperial stout.
Yep,
had that.
And they would sell that in Animal Kingdom when it's 100 degrees. And I'm like, from a stylistic standpoint, that beer made no sense to be there, but they were big on the branding behind it then as well. So
Did you ever see any of the characters like behind the scenes, like just yugging beers?
I definitely saw them without their, they would wear the full costume, but then they would take it off.
Yeah.
I mean, probably the weirdest thing was when I would also sell beer, because I would go to Universal and then I'd be in the backstage area and I'd see one of the blue men talk. I'm like, whoa, this is weird because I'm not supposed to see this right now. So it kind of ruins a little bit of the magic. But.
That's pretty funny. All right, we're talking to Eric from Silver Bluff Brewing. It is Beer for Breakfast, brought to you by Coach's Corner. All right, so here in a few minutes, we're going to try some beer. What did you bring today?
So I brought our two top sellers in the Savannah market here. We have a Mexican lager and we have a Hefeweizen, which we kind of focus on the beers that you can drink a lot of.
Right.
That's kind of our lane that we want to stay in. And, we're trying to build that brand to be that six-pack that you always have in your fridge.
I like that. All right, let's drink some beers. That's coming up next. Here's Five Finger Death Punch. Darkness Settles In. It is Beer for Breakfast, Cotter and Marshall Show, Rock 106.1.
Okay, there it is. All right, guys, if you have any questions that you want to ask Eric, hit us up. Let us know. Important question. That was earlier where Greg was asking, important question, does Cotter owe Eric money? Let's just say yes.
I don't think so.
Probably, honestly.
So. I mean, it was a really good clip of me getting put through the door.
Yeah, that's true.
I mean,
that's true.
How many doors have you been thrown through during your entire lifespan?
When I went two,
at least two,
and like each time I knew they were going to happen.
Oh,
so,
okay.
I was never blindsided being put through a door or anything like that.
That's boring.
But, I mean, if you ask a couple people I've dated, it probably should be more.
Right. Charles says every day is Hawaiian Shirt Day.
Thank you.
Rhett says, where is the brewery located?
Brewery is located right in downtown Brunswick.
Okay.
It's a brand new brewery that we built from scratch, from the ground up. One of our owners is a wedding planner, and the first time I walked into the brewery and I looked around, I'm like, you designed this, didn't you? Because it's absolutely beautiful.
Right.
It's meant to look very kind of similar to the bar that is in The Greatest Showman.
Okay.
Nice.
So a lot of big mirrors, a lot of windows. We've got the wooden chandeliers. We have a pretty giant beer garden outside.
Okay.
It's a family-friendly brewery, so you can bring your kids, you can bring your dogs,
right?
All that as well. We always have a food truck that's usually there as well.
Okay.
A lot of space, a lot of good beers.
Yeah, and
Nice.
in the Brunswick area, there's not really any other breweries. There's like one place.
In Brunswick, we are the only brewery.
Okay.
There's one other brewery that is on St. Simon's, but they only sell their beer out of the actual brewery, I believe.
Okay.
So I believe that we're the only local brewery there that actually has the tap room and then also sells out to.
What's your like area now? I mean, how far have you guys expanded?
So we're all through coastal Georgia.
Okay, nice.
So all the way down St. Mary's and up to Savannah. So we'll look to expand as we go. What's pretty cool about a lot of the experience that I have is not so much learning what to do. I've learned what not to do in beer.
Yeah.
I've seen a lot of breweries get too big too fast.
Yes.
And
100%.
then they put a big crunch on their supply chain and on their production teams and things like that. So I like the way that we're doing our steady growth. And with the styles of beer that we make, we're not going to blow it out of the water off the bat. We're establishing a lifestyle brand that's going to be that beer that you drink for years and years, not the beer that you lose your mind over right now, and
Right.
then you forget about it a couple months from now.
That makes sense.
Well, it seems like, I mean, people do like you. I mean, just looking at the Google reviews, which people could be real mad on the Googs, as you know. I mean, you guys got 4.9 out of 5 stars out of 97 Google reviews. So
That's kind of what drew me to the brewery in the first place. You know, working with national and super,
Right.
you know, very large breweries. You know, now for the first time, like in my career, I had the opportunity to kind of be a little bit selective about what I wanted to do and where I wanted to go. And what was kind of funny is, before I met with them, I snuck down to the brewery on the Friday before that I was going to be there. I didn't give them my name because I had already talked to them and things like that as well. So I kind of snuck down to the brewery the Friday before, literally went through every single beer that they had. And then I came and I met with the owners then on Monday, and they're like, "You were here over the weekend, weren't you?" I'm like, "Yes, I was," because I wanted to make sure the beer was good first. Otherwise, I would have
not showed up.
magically been busy on that Monday.
And no, that's important, man. You gotta believe in it.
I have so many friends that work in beer that just I'm not trying to put them on blast, but I have friends that like will bounce around from brand to brand to brand, and then suddenly the brand they work for is the greatest beer ever. And then once you work in the same market for long enough, people start to catch on to that. So you want to be authentic about what you're into and actually be able to care about it. So
how far off the 95 is the brewery?
5 miles.
Oh, that's not bad.
Perfect.
All right, guys, we'll be right back. It is Beer for Breakfast, brought to you by Coach's Corner in Thunderbolt, Back in Black, playing the Soundgarden tomorrow night. Good old AC/DC cover band. We're joined by Eric Loy from Silver Bluff Brewing, sales director brewery down in Brunswick. And we're going to drink some beer now. This is the best part of our week, man, not going to lie. So once again, what did you bring us today?
So the first beer we're going to be drinking is our Needle Rush Hefeweizen.
Okay.
What's cool about this beer, I had mentioned kind of before, what we're focusing on is the beers that are as drinkable as possible. Mm-hmm. We want to be that brewery that you can drink all 6 of our beers every time you buy a 6-pack. We'd like to be that brewery that you just have in your fridge.
Sure.
You know, all the time. We love craft beer. We want people to drink as many different craft beers as possible, but like we want to be your one that you just drink all the time.
Yeah.
What's really cool about this, again, why this beer is doing so well in general is because there's no one else out there that's really making a Hefeweizen right now. It's not a sexy style,
right?
Which is fine.
It looks sexy if it means anything.
Thank you. No, it does. It does. So, and what's kind of cool about this beer is that it's a true, authentic German style.
Okay.
We focus on the German hops. We focus on the right malt base. You get a lot of banana out of it. You get a lot of clove out of it.
Right.
It's the only beer that we do not filter. So again, true authentic to that.
Right.
And what's cool about the Hefeweizen, it's one of those styles of beers that you can drink all year.
Sure.
But it tastes especially good in the summertime when it's really, really hot out.
Which is the life we're living right now. Yeah.
Here's what I appreciate about Eric bringing these beers in. He poured full beers.
Yeah.
He was not messing around with
I got real nervous when I started pouring. I was like, pour half beer, full beer.
See, I like to pour the full one so you can get the full aroma. It doesn't necessarily mean you have to drink the whole thing.
Oh, but does it? So 4.6% alcohol on this. So with the beer review, we usually start off with taking a big old smell just so we can get the nose of the beer and see what we've got going on.
I'm not that fancy, so I just go out of the can.
Go for it. Agree, man. All kinds of clove right off the bat with the nose of that.
And what's cool about that style of beer is there's no actual banana in it. There's no actual clove in it.
There you go, Cotter. Cotter's not a fan of banana.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, they're my enemy.
It's just the flavor that you get from the yeast profile and everything like that as well. So
the nose on is good though, man. I think it's there.
Absolutely. Holding it up to the light and holding it up to the camera as well. You got a nice little hazy kind of golden yellow look to it, what you kind of expect when it comes to a Hefeweizen, just like this one. Once again, Silver Bluff Brewing Companies. We are trying Needle Rush Hefeweizen from the Golden Isles. Why is it Golden Isles, although you're in Brunswick? I'm stupid.
The Golden Isles is the name of the area that includes Brunswick and St. Simon's and Jekyll.
I feel like that's too fancy.
I mean, we are a fancy brewery.
Sometimes I just need a brewery to talk to me like I'm a 5-year-old. Like, this is beer you drink now and then take nap. So
let's do that.
Yeah.
Okay. Cheers.
Well, I mean, in our beer garden, we do have a nice little patch of grass that
just curl up and
just
pass
curl
out
up right there.
There you go.
It's nice.
Well, cheers. Drink some, boys. I like that clove taste. I mean, kind of hits you on the back end there. It's really smooth, and the sweetness of it overall, not too much, not too low. I think it hits kind of a nice, good, even mark there.
Yeah, and appreciate that. And what I like about this beer is it's an approachable style for everybody. So I like to offer it up as somebody that is getting into beer. Like it's our number 2 seller just in general, because you tell people like, hey, I don't really like beer, but they're a fan of like a Blue Moon style. So that's where this is kind of an easier transition to get into it.
A solid gateway beer.
Yeah.
This is about the best compliment I think I can give this style of beer. I tasted the banana, and I still like this beer.
Right.
Congratulations, guys.
No, I'm serious. I mean, it's like, usually a Hefeweizen, it's got that banana flavor to it. And I'm like, it's not going to be my thing at all.
You also get a little bubble gum out of it too, which kind of mellows the banana. And I think you might like it because it's not real banana.
That could be. Maybe it's just my hatred is just pure, true banana. But no, I mean, you definitely get a little bit of the banana, you get the clove, but I agree with you. It's just super smooth, and it's just really easy to drink. So I like a Hefeweizen.
All right, so
I didn't know if I'd ever say that.
I didn't know either. All right, so on the beer scale of supremacy, Cotter, let's start with you. What do you give Silver Bluff Brewing Company's Needle Rush Hefeweizen coming in at 4.6% alcohol?
All right, so I'm going to give it a 3.5 out of 5. I do like it, and I honestly, it's that's kind of mind blowing for me with the banana part of it. But this super smooth. It is light. I mean, this is something. If I'm going to the beach, picking up a 6-pack of this, I'm good to go.
All right, Eric, it's on you now. I know this is tough. It's your own beer. On the beer scale of supremacy, what do you give your own Needle Rush Hefeweizen?
I mean, I have to give it a 5, otherwise I wouldn't be good at what I did. But like everything that you said is kind of exactly what we're going for.
Right.
Like our beers aren't going to be those beers that you go online and be like, holy crap, you guys have to try this right now. But our beers are the ones, hey, you're going to grab a 6-pack on the way to the beach and you're going to have a good time. And like that's exactly what we're going for.
Yeah, these are solid beers that, you're right. These are what would you say? These large capacity beers. Like you want to drink a lot of these when you're out. And the great thing is, it comes at 4.6% alcohol. You're not going to get absolutely wrecked after
Also
you drink a couple of these.
You're going to be very hydrated. And like a lot of our beers are like, our beers are the girl that you met in college, but you weren't quite ready yet, to actually settle down. So you had to go out for a couple of years and date and do a lot of crazy stuff after that. But then you come back and you marry this,
right? So. And then you sometimes cheat on her.
And that's a great example of
the sours and stuff like that.
It's an everyday beer, because I mean there are a lot of those craft beers that you're like, oh, that's good. I'm never going to have it again.
Right.
But that's
it tastes great.
Good.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah. But I mean, you want to find that beer that you're like, this is just kind of my go-to.
Yep. Exactly.
And I get that. I mean, this is what that is.
This is definitely a safe place beer for sure. And I actually really do enjoy that. So on the beer scale of supremacy for me, I'm going to give this one a 3.3. I really like Hefeweizens in general. Usually, I think I like them more just because Cotter doesn't like them. That's fair. So I'm going to go ahead and give this one a 3.3 today.
All right. So we've got one more we're going to try. What's that?
That is our Mexican lager.
I'm excited about this one. So that's coming up next. Beer for breakfast, Silver Bluff Brewing out of Brunswick, Cotter and Marshall Show, Rock 106.1. Okay, there we go.
Oh, okay. Sorry.
Yeah, sorry, you can tell him now.
We may find you a beer in the building for your birthday, Charles. We'll still give you a shirt. All right, guys. Once again, if you have any questions for Eric from Silver Bluff Brewing Company, feel free to drop them into the chat. If not, we got one more beer we're going to try, the Mexican Lager, which is the one beer that when I was doing research on the brand, that's definitely the one I wanted to try. I'm super excited to try it. Because pretty much anything I can eat with tacos. I mean,
that's a good goal.
And you don't have at the brewery. There's no like kitchen or anything, but you always have a food truck, right?
Yeah, well, pretty much all the time we have a food truck. I would imagine over time we'll probably eventually add our own kitchen, just because it makes sense just for any business to be able to have their own food. But obviously, as we're new and we're growing, it just makes more sense to kind of outsource that. And we, in our in the beer garden itself, we have these 2 big doors that are outside, and the trucks just pull right up to that. So it makes it really convenient. And you like tacos? The truck we have there the most of the time is a really good taco truck.
Nice. Yeah, I think I have an opportunity. You guys open up at 1:00 on Sunday. So if I'm running a little bit later than what I think I will, I think I should be hitting right around that area, right around that time. So
perfect. And I believe we have a taco truck all day Sunday. So
nice.
Works out well.
It's like it was meant to be, guys. Jim has a question for you. What's the difference between a lager and a pilsner?
A pilsner is a lager. So
trick question.
Yeah. So what's kind of cool? All the only real difference with that is the type of malt that's used. And when you have a pilsner, it's going to be a little bit more of a breadier malt. But other than that, it's really the same yeast strain. It's mostly the same hops that are used in it.
Okay. Where did you learn most? How did you learn most of what you know about craft beer?
A lot of it was just by drinking.
But drinking with brewers, because you brought up things like yeast strain and malts.
So a lot of that is there. A lot of it, what I learned was from the Cicerone program. There is a beer equivalent of a sommelier.
Yeah.
And it's called the Cicerone program. And they have all sorts of tests that you have to take for that. And they teach you all the basics about, how to brew and the difference between an ale and a lager. All the different hop profiles and things like that as well too. So
is that something that you did on your own, or did you have to? Was that like someone was like, "Hey, you're doing this"?
Well, I don't know what they really do anymore, but when I worked at World of Beer in 2012, they had a beer school where it was literally a 2-week program where they taught you everything you needed to know about service, and it was pretty similar to the Cicerone program. So that was pretty cool to do. And a lot of it's just a lot of trial and error. Being able to work directly for breweries was also nice because you get to talk to actual brewers and be able to pick their brains and things like that as well. I don't try to get too nerdy with it. I just like to know enough of the basics.
Yeah. We got about 2 minutes. So are we chugging these? Is that what we're doing? Or are we? Well,
that's what I was doing. I can't throw a beer in with Hefe, so you're just gonna have to yug that, buddy.
Okay. I believe in you.
You just throw it on Mac's chair. Yep. There it is.
Oh, bless you.
Thank you. Excuse me. Feel better.
Oh, we got a gusher.
That's the quality content that you can expect for the Cotter Mar Show. Anything happening at the brewery this weekend that we want to hit on? Anything special, like live music or anything crazy like that?
We always have. We usually will always have a band on at least on Friday.
Okay.
You can check our Instagram at Silver Bluff Brewing. That's where we post our schedule of the bands that are playing and where the food truck's going to be coming from. Then
the Killer Roast Beef and Shrimp food truck will be there tonight.
Ooh,
that sounds delicious.
And then let's see what day. It's the 20th. The all-day brunch with Jeff Cetus Mobile
that's our
Kitchen?
taco truck that comes
okay.
back.
All right, we got about 45 seconds, guys. We'll be back. It is Beer for Breakfast, Cotter and Marshall Show, brought to you by Coach's Corner in Thunderbolt, Back in Black, playing tomorrow night in the Sound Garden. We are joined in studio by Eric Alloy from Silver Bluff Brewing. They're out of Brunswick. We're enjoying some great beers. So we've got this Mexican lager coming up next. I've heard of this style of beer. What is a Mexican lager?
So there's a lot of different ways to kind of classify it, and it's kind of a controversial thing. Everyone kind of has everyone has their own view of it.
Sure.
I like to keep it as simple as possible. A Mexican lager is going to taste a little bit breadier than a regular lager, and a lot of that's from adding corn to it as well. We don't actually do that in ours, so we went more of the traditional route with it. But it's still a very light-bodied beer, but you get a little bit more of the flaked oat flavor that you wouldn't normally get.
Okay. So this beer has to pair well with tacos for me. That's the thing. I have to order 3 to 17 tacos, and if this beer doesn't taste good while washing down 3 to 17 tacos, it's automatically out the door for me. Now, sadly, it is 9 a.m. and tacos aren't yet available, so I'm going to have to give this the non-taco review. So I would just like that noted on the Beer Review of Supremacy. This is the non-taco review of the Mexican lager.
I think that's fair. I think that's a fair asterisk by this review.
I just wanted to lay that out. I mean, sorry.
Until Sunday, anyway.
Yeah, that's true.
Exactly. All right, so let's go ahead and start the beer review. Taking a big old sniff of this Mexican lager.
Got some foam in my nose. Sorry.
It's a very subtle beer. I still actually kind of smell a bit of like a corn-ish kind of nose to it. Explain that.
A little bit of caramel too.
Okay.
So it's just the malt base to it.
Gotcha. Holding it up to the light, Cotter, what do you see?
Nice, kind of like straw yellow color, decent amount of carbonation. The head on it, I like. Nice and frothy.
Well, with that being said, cheers, gentlemen.
Cheers.
Oh, okay. Okay, I get that.
Yeah, I like that.
I get that. So, like you said, a lot of Mexican lagers do have kind of that corn flavor to it. Now, obviously, when you're eating a taco, with a corn tortilla, I mean, that's going to pair up really, really well. But with this, you get a little more of that caramel kind of oaty flavor that you were talking about.
A lot of that, what's cool about that is this style of beer is meant to have a drier finish as well.
Okay.
So that it's able to pair well with whatever you're eating. It's not a style of beer that's going to overwhelm your palate when you're trying to enjoy the tacos and all that as well. It's meant to be a proper pairing to it.
I mean, with a lot of lagers, you're like, okay, that's good. I mean, it's a beer. What's cool about this is like, all right, it's definitely that lager kind of taste, but you get more to it. There's more to this beer. There's a little bit more flavor there, which I really appreciate. So I like this.
And like what's kind of cool is only being open for a few months at the time, we did win a silver medal for this.
Okay.
At a national championship.
Oh, nice.
So that's kind of cool to have already won that type of medal within the first couple months of us being open.
New kids on the block already scoring the wins. Uh-huh. We know the same thing. We're
we got to
the best morning show via Connect Savannah, and we only were on the air for 2 months,
maybe.
I guess. Yeah,
we started
months?
talking about it day one, so I don't.
Well,
really know.
I mean, we really wanted to win that award, and we did. So both of us are award winning.
I won a Comcast Cable Ace Award in 2002, so I mean, it's still framed and everything
there
too.
You go.
So I mean, you just gotta own that one thing that you win, just as long as you can.
Sick brag.
That's pretty awesome. A group of award-winning dudes right here. That's all it is. So on the beer scale of supremacy, Marshall, where are you going with this?
Now, I love myself a nice, beautiful, subtle Mexican lager, Cotter, and I love this one. If I get an opportunity, I'm actually going down to Jack's over the weekend. The brewery opens up 1 o'clock on Sunday. Hopefully, I get a late start so I can absolutely convince my wife to stop by and have lunch here. This Mexican lager, I can't wait to eat tacos with it.
Yeah.
I honestly can't. 3.9.
Okay.
3.9.
Wow. Coming out of the gate.
All right.
Yeah. All right. I'm going to go, I'm going to go 3.85.
Okay.
I really like this. Like I said, I mean, it's like you get that typical lager and like, oh, that's good. Tastes like a beer. This one has a little bit more heft to it flavor-wise, so I appreciate that a lot.
And what's kind of cool about this beer is it, I think why it's doing well in a lot of bars and such as well is it covers the two questions that you get the most. What's the latest beer you have and what's local?
Okay.
So those are the two things as a bartender you hear the most. And I like that I have one nice little package that I can give that all to you.
So on the beer scale of supremacy, Erica, what do you give?
I mean, it has to be a 5 again.
Of course.
I work in sales.
I love that. All right. So thank you so much for stopping by, bring some beers. This is fantastic. So once again, if people want to check out Silver Bluff Brewing, let's hit up the information. Where are you located?
We're located in historic downtown Brunswick in the Golden Isles, Georgia.
And when do you open? Pretty much.
So we're open every day but Monday.
Okay.
So we're open during the week from 4 p.m. until 9 p.m. And then on the weekends, our hours are 1 to 10.
Okay.
Sundays, 1 to 7.
And last thing, website, social media, if you want to find out more?
Silverbluff.com, but your best bet is either on our Facebook, Silver Bluff Brewing, or Instagram at Silver Bluff Brewing.
And I've definitely seen your guys' beers over at Habersham.
Yes, absolutely.
So people just want to pick them up here in Savannah, they can do that.
Absolutely can.
Awesome. Thank you so much for stopping by, man.
Thanks for having us.
All right, beer for breakfast, Rock 1061. Coming back with Marshall's music news, Pantera, This Is Walk. Cotter and Marshall Show, Rock 1061.
All right, man, you gotta sign the wall.
Yeah, you got it.
As you can tell, we've had a few guests.
Most of them beer related.
I'm tall, so I have the upper levels.
Yeah, absolutely.
I don't have that problem. Being tall. So annoying.
No, we decided the other day you're 5 foot.
Oh yeah, we're gonna measure.
6-ish.
Measure.
Thanks for hanging around on the live stream today, guys. We really do appreciate it. Thanks for those questions for Eric as well. If you have any more, hit us up. He'll be here for a few more minutes. How much time we got? 4 minutes?
4 minutes.
All right, let's see if I can I'm going to grab someone and take a picture of us.
Oh, good idea. Cool. So you'll be there tonight? Nice. Cool. Yeah,
Absolutely.
yeah. I'm looking forward to that, man.
Are you ring announcing again tonight?
Yes.
Cool.
Yeah. So yeah, I'm hoping I'll wrestle again in August, maybe. I don't know. We'll see. But ring announcing's fine.
I mean, so like I've done a lot of different things. Like I worked for WWE as well for a while too. So like I've done it all.
Right. That's
so
cool.
It's kind of cool to be in the role that I'm at now. Like at 36, I can actually help a lot of the people that are upcoming.
Yeah.
Sounds super old to say that now, but like when I was in wrestling, I was like 15, 16, 17.
Right.
So like I was just kind of helping out any way that I could. So
right.
Now it's nice to kind of have the roles reversed.
Yeah. No, I get that. That's pretty awesome. Picture? All right.
Yep. We'll do the sit down one. Our fashionista talks.
This way or this way?
That way, because I'm going to put it up on Instagram.
All right. Say cheese, bitches. Cheese, bitches.
Cheese, bitches.
I got that. All right.
Awesome. Thanks, Eric. Thank you.
Well done.
Thank you.
I've been really impressed too with what they've been able to do with Coastal Empire Wrestling in just really this quick amount of time.
Yeah.
Honestly, it's like the shows are good.
I think there was kind of a need for it too.
Oh, dude, totally. When I first got here, so I mean, I wrestled. I'm 45, so I wrestled 20 plus years ago in Illinois. So I did about 3-4 years wrestling just within that small little area there. And when I moved, and then I got out of it. My kids got to a point where my wife's like, "You have to stop doing this. You can kill yourself." Give me 1 second. Let me switch this back here, guys.
Sure.
All right, there we go. But my wife got to the point where she's like, "You're gonna kill yourself," and we got kids. You can't do this. But when we got here, I'm like, "This is the South. It's Georgia. There's wrestling all over the place." I thought it was gonna be like the promised land.
Yeah.
And I found nothing, and then I found a group in Statesboro, and I've known Voodoo Jack for years. And when he moved back from Texas, I introduced him to the guys in Statesboro, and then he started this here, and it was just like, man, it's been so needed, so needed.
And it's a good partnership working with other breweries too, because
100%.
other breweries have great spaces to be able to have these shows and be able to do things like that.
Yeah, 100%. I mean, it's like I've wanted to do a wrestling show at Southbound for years. I mean, we've got a long partnership with Southbound, and I had tried to talk to the guys in Statesboro about doing something, and it's like when he was like, "We're in," I'm like, "Oh, finally," because I think it's a perfect fit. They've done a couple things or one thing over at Coastal now as well.
Yep.
So yeah, I think it's great. I love it. I love it. I love just being part of it. It's great.
And it's fun. It's fun too because people that don't understand it, I try to explain to them, like, be like, "Hey, what happens when they bleed?" I'm like, "Well, they have little razors.
Yeah, yeah, I know, dude. And
Wait, no.
I did not. So I haven't been to an indie show where there's been any sort of blading in forever. So the show at Coastal, when they did that ladder match, and the first, I'm like, they're going there. And then the other guy did. I'm like, oh my God, they're really going there.
So what's funny about that is that I'm the one that did both of those.
Are you serious?
And, you know, because a lot of it was like, I had worked with Bryce before.
Yeah.
You know, I'd worked with Matt before. Matt had never done it.
Yeah.
So he asked me to do it for him.
Sure.
And then when it came to Bryce, he had only done it for the first time like 2 weeks prior.
Oh, wow.
And I got him good then. So he's like, hey, can you do it again? And I got him. I mean, I'm sure you saw how long it took for his thing to close.
Yeah.
It was a mess.
All right, so we got to do a break. I just my own personal questions now. So I'll keep thinking that. We'll be right back. We'll be right back, guys. Let's get right into it, guys. It's time for Marshall's Music News.
So Wolfgang Van Halen said he currently does not have any plans to organize a tribute for his late father, Eddie Van Halen, but he said it absolutely should happen. Now, Eddie obviously passed away in October of last year, and then Wolfgang kind of came up on the scene because he put out a tribute song to his dad called Distance, and it was really, really good. We played it a bunch here at Rock 106.1. Now he has released the very first album from his new band, Mammoth WVH. But in regards to when it comes to his dad's tribute show, he goes, I definitely think that it should be a great thing to do. It's not in the immediate plans because there's lots of moving parts that you've got to corral to make happen, but I definitely think it should happen. Absolutely. He goes, I have no idea when it could potentially happen, but I would love to see it move forward. Now, Wolfgang's obviously very, very busy this summer. He's going to be opening up for, I don't know, you ever heard of Guns N' Roses? So he's got that going on in his life, but I think here over probably the next couple of years, we'll probably see a big, giant, egregious tribute show to Eddie Van Halen. And honestly, it's much needed.
I hope it happens. All right, coming up next, one more story. We'll wrap up the show for the week. It's Cotter and Marshall, Rock 106.1. All right, so my question, because it's one thing I've never did when I wrestled. I never bladed. What's the process? I mean, how do you do it to where, you know, you get it to work? Or look good?
Well, I mean, there's a couple different things you can do, like in advance of it. Like if you're not much of a bleeder, which sounds weird to say, but like a lot of people do, they'll take like 8 small dose aspirin like an hour or two before, just to make your blood really thin.
Oh,
they'll drink a lot of tequila right before as well.
Sure.
And then after you physically do the cut, you just kind of like squeeze a little bit and get all the blood rushing towards your head.
Okay.
So a lot of it just is you want to try to be as high on the hairline as possible.
Right.
And like not directly in the middle, but like right off to the side, because there's a pretty big artery right here.
Right.
And as long as you do a very thin cut, it'll close and heal pretty easily.
Right.
There's a lot of people that I've seen in wrestling over years that have like the crazy foreheads because they'll poke and then they'll dig. Right. And then do all that. Like it's just a little tiny, just a little tiny one. Yeah. And then usually within like a week or two, it's gone. Okay. So.
Nathan says, "Don't mess up the kayfabe."
Listen,
sorry, killed it.
It's the year 2021. I don't think people watch Spider-Man thinking that it's actually Tobey Maguire who is Spider-Man. So
who did the Polish Hammer? Was that Ivan Putski?
Ivan Putski.
Yep. Yes. There you go. Yes. Age check. I remember Ivan Putski.
Don't remember.
I remember it. So before there was Monday Night Raw, there was Primetime Wrestling, and it was back in the days before touring was still just how they made their money, house shows. And they would set up everything that way, and even
complete opposite. Now.
Yeah, even right. Even the pay-per-views. I mean, doesn't necessarily have their payoffs. It was all house shows. So Primetime Wrestling legitly was just 2 hours of putting over wrestlers. It was just nothing but jobber matches for the most part, and then the interaction between like Bobby and Gorilla, which was great. Yeah. So Ivan Putski wrestled many times on Primetime Wrestling.
Is that Ivan Putski walking?
Dude, Ivan Putski, he was super jacked.
I'm telling you guys, sorry. I mean, you can't see it on camera. So our studio to my right, there's 3 picturesque windows that lead to this courtyard, and it literally looks like a Starbucks barista who fell into a time capsule. Just emerged. He had a green shirt with a black apron on, and he had a gray mullet with a gray goatee and black glasses on. It literally looks like a Definitely a Starbucks barista felt like finally like the latch like finally opened and he just walked out. He looked confused. I've never seen that person here before.
He looked that I don't know if you remember that guy from the Yankees game. He just did the thumbs down.
No.
Oh, I don't.
He looked exactly like that guy.
Now, so after having more sips of this, so I've been hooked on just simple. My wife's been gone for 2 weeks, so I've been eating quesadillas with green chilies. I'm addicted to green chilies now. I want to have this beer as I'm eating some green chilies. I think it'd be perfect. I'm in 100%.
It's really kind of the beer that pairs well with everything.
Yeah.
So. And I think that's what I just generally enjoy about it, because there's too many beers out there that like I drink the beer and then I'm like, there's nothing that I can pair this with. Like it's just going to ruin my palate.
And that's, I mean, with a lot of craft beers, it's like you get some of the weird sours. It's really hard to eat anything with some of the weird sours.
They're delicious, but you can't. It's just really hard to eat with them.
I mean, and IPAs for the most part, unless you get really weird, they're usually okay. But I mean, if you're in any of like the milkshakey weird IPAs, you can't eat anything with that. But yeah, no, this is good.
Just a bunch of normal, classic style beers,
which I don't hate, man. I mean, I love the fact that you guys aren't trying to do like sometimes like reinventing the craft wheel. I mean, it's been kind of hammered into our souls every time you go into a craft brewery. We're like, here's a pineapple coconut dealy bob,
and there's always going to be a place for that. Just like there's always a place for like the restaurants that'll have like the crazy, the super crazy food. But like, I want to be that restaurant, or I want to be that brewery that you can have 3-4 nights a week as opposed to the once every 2 weeks.
Yeah. And so you guys said you only have 6 taps in the brewery?
No. So we have the 5 main beers that we make all year, but then we have a bunch of ones that we only have at the brewery. So
like R&D, but
even the R&D stuff isn't going to be too crazy. Like we have a raspberry Maibach.
Oh, cool. Interesting.
No one's really making Maibachs. We sometimes will have a session Dunkelweizen, so like a 3.8%.
See, I'm in.
Our buddy Leaf loves the dunks,
dude,
baby.
I love, good Dunkel. Oh.
I don't know if we have that right now, but that's one example of beers that we've made.
That's awesome.
I'll have some hoppier stuff there then as well too.
Okay, yeah. That's cool. I like that.
Even have a hard seltzer, because everybody has to have one of those.
Well, I mean, it's funny because it's like, you go into a lot of breweries, and a lot of them now I think have caught on, and they have to have.
Are we going on after this or not?
No, we got another song.
Okay.
A lot of breweries have caught on that they have to have like just that lager or that Pilsner or something that's just kind of like a safe beer for a lot of people.
Well, the reason why hard seltzers are doing so well, one, they're by far the cheapest thing anybody can possibly make.
Sure.
It's basically just fermented sugar water that you add some carbonation to. But it's also good to have that gluten-free option for people because in the state of Georgia, you can't make a true cider on site the same place that you make
a wine,
beer.
Right?
Well,
it's for the law
it's considered
purposes.
a wine because it's a food-based product. So that's which is why you have to make like an apple ale otherwise. But then it's hard to make it more of a gluten-free. So it's just good to have that option. Again, super cheap to make. You basically, when it comes to hard seltzers, you make a plain base,
right?
And then you can just change whatever flavors you want to add to it each time. So
But I mean, that's what I mean. It's going in and just going. You've got the Mexican lager. You've got what, a golden lager?
Yeah, we have a golden ale. We have a juicy. We have a juicy. We have a juicy pale ale. We have an IPA. We make any. But even our juicy pale ale and our IPA, they're very mild, very smooth. Because some of those IPAs you can only have 1 or 2 of. But like ours, even though it's a 7.2, you could. It's not going to wreck your palate to be able to drink all 6 of them.
So I mean, like it just sounds like almost a 180 from where you go into a typical brewery anymore, and it's like, okay, they've got their year rounds, but then all of their other stuff is we got to be as weird as we can just to be different, and
which is great. And I could never make beers that good,
right? Not hating on it.
I'm gonna stay in my lane.
But I love the idea of going in and you've got a selection of just kind of straight up crisp beers. They're going to be clean, and just kind of something you can sit back and enjoy. Just different options from where you're going to go anyplace else and get too weird. I think it's a cool option to have.
It's complementary to everything else that's out there.
Yeah.
Like
100%.
Like when I used to work for Oscar Blues, huge fan of Dale's Pale Ale.
Right.
Probably one of the best craft beers that has ever existed. But again, I knew with Dale's, I wanted Dale's to be that beer that you would go into the bar, you would order a Dale's and sip the Dale's while you're looking through the rest of the menu to figure out what you wanted next or what's crazy that you wanted to try next.
What's Death by Coconut, right?
Yeah.
Death by Coconut's good.
We stopped by the Oscar Blues facility on the way up to Asheville, right?
Yeah.
Nashville.
Yeah.
Yeah, we stopped by there once. So it was a cool joint.
So like, and like that's kind of the angle that we're going with it. Like, hey, order our Hefeweizen, order our Mexican lager, and then look while you're looking at the rest of the menu, and then it's that beer that you can just drink all the time.
Yeah.
We got about a minute and a half.
Tony, have a great day.
See you, Tony.
Also, happy Father's Day to all the fathers out there, unless you're a shitty one. And then no.
Or if you don't know that you're one.
We won't be celebrating you. There's also that.
Yeah.
Technically, we all could be fathers.
I mean,
except for Cotter. He's never had sex.
Yeah, that's true.
I have kids.
Mm-hmm.
One of them looks way too much like me not to be mine.
You sure do, Cotter.
Yeah, one of them looks way too much like me. You can make the argument for Ella, sure.
You got a couple brothers.
But, just saying. Yeah,
In vitro is a wonderful thing.
I'm going to say no to that. I'm going to say no to that. All right, got about 50 seconds.
What? There's Adam, then there's the other one you don't like.
Not that I dislike it. Nathan.
Well, does he have a name? I forget that one.
Nathan.
Really? Nathan Still?
Yeah. What?
What if Nathan was actually your brother?
I've talked to Nathan Still more than I have my brother the last probably 5 years. So there you go. So we got that going.
I was going to say.
Thank you, Nathan.
What if that Nathan was actually your brother the whole time?
Son of a bitch. No, is Nathan was the one that brought up kayfabe. My brother knows nothing about kayfabe. So we're fine.
How would you know? You haven't talked to him in 5 years.
Nah, he doesn't. Trust me. I'd bet money on it. All right, guys, be right back. All right, before we get out of here, one more time, here we go. Marshall's music news.
Do I have to?
Yeah.
I mean, you've bled the stone enough this week. Come on, man.
just
fine.
read the news
do
story.
The thing you do, Marshall. All right.
Your name's
fine.
in the title.
All right. Chris Robinson, who obviously reunited with his brother Rich back a couple of years ago, 2019, remember that? After 6 years apart, has confirmed that there are tentative plans to record a new Black Crowes album. Now, Chris said, he goes, I mean, we fought on stage, we fought backstage, we fought in an Italian restaurant in Berlin, but we've been writing and that has always been our sweet spot. He goes, it's been amazing to get back to where Rich and I are. Where Rich and I are today, and we're in a great place as brothers and as partners in this band as songwriting partners. So apparently they already have 20 new songs written. They just got to go in and record them. Now, obviously, back 7-8 years ago, there was some strife in the band because Rich told Chris that he no longer wants him really part of the band. He wanted him to give up his stake in the band. Also, Steve Gorman, who's their legendary drummer. He's been with the Black Crowes forever. They wanted him to give up his entirety stake in the band as well. So I don't know what Rich was thinking back, 7-8 years ago, obviously being a bit greedy when it comes to the profits of the band. But he's let that up, and now the guys are back together. They were supposed to do a big 30th anniversary thing last year. Pandemic killed that, but now they're back together. Those dates are rescheduled, and now we may get some new Black Crowes music coming our way.
Now, can you say the Black Crowes are underrated? I'm going to say the Black Crowes are underrated. I mean, go back and listen to some of their stuff. They're more than just hard to handle and She Talks to Angels. I mean, they are truly a great band.
They are a great band, but I think the amount of notoriety they have is what they deserve.
Really?
Yeah, I don't think they've really earned much more than what they've got. They're a good band.
Yeah, no, they're a really good band.
I mean, to me, they're kind of on the level of a Dave Matthews. They haven't really hit decently enough in popular culture to kind of ride a wave to keep their career going, but they really haven't entered popular culture really ever since the initial couple songs.
Well, it's because you're young and I'm old. So, because no, have they been a thing within the past 2 decades? No,
that's only 20 years.
I know, but I'm just saying because they don't get along. But their initial run, I think they had a big impact, and I hope people are reintroduced to the band. How's that? No? No?
Okay.
No? I'm sorry. Maybe it's just me.
Old man Cotter.
Love the Black Crowes. All right, this weekend, don't forget to give us a call on the drunk line, 800-394-1061. Also hit us up, Big Money Monday. Now, we're out Tuesday through Friday, but Monday we're in studio, so your chance to win a $50 gift card. It's been 2 months, a month.
We have to break the streak this Monday.
We really got to give away our boss's money.
Even if we have to flub the rules, we have to give away
Can't flub
money.
the rules.
Yeah.
All right, this weekend, tonight, we're going to kick it off with Coastal Empire Wrestling at Southbound.
Ooh.
Bell time is 7 o'clock. The last few shows have just been nuts. A lot of fun. So going to be down there tonight doing some ring announcing.
Oh.
So that's going to be good. Eric's going to be there as well. So it's going to be a lot of fun this weekend. And it's Father's Day. Happy Father's Day.
Yeah, happy Father's Day to you.
Thank you very much.
Yeah, I don't have a father anymore. Will you be my new one?
No.
I don't want you to be.
I don't want
I want
that.
to respect my father.
I don't want that in my life. All right, it is the Cotter and Marshall Show. Have a great weekend. We will talk to you Monday. Rock 106.1.
There it is. All right, guys. What a Friday show for you. What a breathtaking, momentous show for you guys. Thank you so much for hanging around on the live stream. We really do appreciate it. We are back Monday next week. Heads up, that's the only day we're back.
Yes.
We are off for the rest of the week. Cotter's going on a little vacay, much deserved. After 3 straight months of not missing a day, kudos to us. High five.
No, that's like a first.
Yeah, I know. We were absolutely slaying it, but we're going to take some time off next week. We'll be back for, obviously, the week of the show, the 20th anniversary show. So loads of information will be on all of our social media pages and all that fun stuff. If you have any questions, feel free to hit us up with a DM or just a comment on our pages. Other than that, I hope you guys have an amazing freaking weekend. Be good to one another. Don't drink and drive, but obviously call the drunk line. We need some good drunk voicemails. I mean, we need some good drunk voicemails.
Yeah, of course.
I absolutely demand it from you all. Or high. You could also be high. We've agreed to that, right?
Yes.
Perfect.
High call's good.
All right, guys.